Got a good team. What's going on, good people? It's yours truly, EZDZ. We're a little late today, but no, we're not that late, so I apologize. Stop pointing, man. Don't do that. So before we get into this episode, man, I want to definitely recognize the guys that keep it going with me. Dade City's finest, to my far right, world famous Waldo. Just came off the Vibes event last night. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And between us is the infamous A.K. Greg Doss David Ruff. Ruff, how you feel tonight, man?
I feel with my hands like I always do.
Okay, so we finna get into tonight's show. He feel with his hands like y'all. That's
Doss.
Yeah, that's Doss being Doss. There you go, Doss being Doss.
I feel right at home. Yeah.
Exactly. So the young man to my left, man, and me and him go back some years. We finna get into it and clown a little bit. We go back 1999, Club Sitel, Net Park, East Lake Vol.
Yeah.
Wow.
Call Center the Sun, party spot for a lot of others.
And another place for other people too. But we gonna keep it PG.
We're going to sing a lot.
Yeah, seen a lot. That building has seen a lot.
You know, I work in that building now. I was telling Daryl earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, they let you back in there?
Full circle.
They let them back.
Literally. They let them back. So without further ado, man, my man just has a book out, Begin With We. Also, what you call it, best-selling author. I got to brag a little bit. Wall Street, USA Today. Without further ado, man, give it up for my good friend, my partner, Kyle McDowell.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Well, it's a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, we're going to reflect. We're going to get into it. We're going to have some fun tonight. Absolutely.
I'm telling you, I'm so sincere, but I've been looking forward to coming.
Well, we glad to have y'all, man. You know, being Doss, we talk, we just... Because when I said to Waldo, I'm telling you, I love Waldo because Waldo just says, so when he did the promo to set it out, he was like, D, it's the white guys.
Shout out to Kyle, first white guy on the show.
Yeah.
Am I the first white guy on the show?
Yeah.
Represent.
First white guy on the show.
That's a lot of pressure, guys. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. For a culture of excellence.
Waldo said, D, he white. I said, yeah.
You just sent me the Instagram and I look, and I was like, you talking about the white guy?
He spelled it wrong.
Yeah. I wanted to review it. Like,
hey, my goal.
And he got the blue check. He verified.
My goal before this show is over is to wear those sunglasses, though. So I just have to. I'm just put that on record because those are some dope sunglasses.
So I got these last night from our event from New Plug.
They clean. I like them.
Shout out to New Plug. I bought them last night.
Those are $25. Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, I might sell you that. We got the show. I like those.
One pair there.
But they got some more though, right?
Yeah, you got to go on either Instagram or their website.
Send it over to us, man.
Yeah, I definitely like them. So let's get into this, man. I know you've been doing corporate America for some years. Like, we go back, Club Sitel. What got you in the? What made you sit down and say, you know what, I want to write a book about the culture in the workplace? I want to get into that. How'd that come together?
You're just gonna gloss over how we met though at the call center.
We gonna get into that too. Okay, no, but if you want me to, I could.
Hold on. Let me say this as a disclaimer.
Yeah.
I don't know either one of these two guys.
Okay, we'll go back.
I don't know how much they're gonna talk.
We'll go back. June 1999. I got hired at Sitel. I left time customer service, working at time. We got out, go to Sitel. We got training for I'll say 6 weeks. Sitel at that time was doing auto warranties, General Motors. That's it, General Motors. Okay. Yeah. So, we doing call center work. They got different departments. They got legal, BRC collision, all different kinds of things, correspondence, email. So I'm on the phones. So I'm networking. Me, I'm always trying to.
It's like the mayor.
Meet people, and that's what they call me.
I never knew what y'all did out there.
Right. We did General Motor warranty. So, I'm back there chopping up with Kyle. We clowned because back then the Bucks had a really good year that particular season. So we started.
Dungy was still in town.
Right.
That's right.
Dungy was still in town.
Dungy was still here. Exactly. That's the year they lose to the Rams, January 2000. Sean King, quarterback. Okay.
Man,
so I'm back here. I'm like, man, I'm tired of these calls. I'm getting these calls. I'm aggravated with these calls. I'm tired of this. So Kyle was like, man, you know what? You said, man, listen, I'm going to set you up. He said, I'm going to hook you up. I said, what you going to do? He said, I'm going to set you up because he was over resource management. So they handled the flow of the calls, how they get sent out. He said, I'm going to have it where everybody has to be on the phone for you to get a call. So that means everybody in the building has to be on the phone, okay, for me to get a call.
Hey, Kyle, was that because you thought about him or you just knew he going to mess it up?
No, I didn't mess it up. I played my part. Yeah, I played my part.
And you helped the company out. That's right.
I wasn't like, hey, Kyle, hook me up. I wasn't like that.
No, I didn't want that. They said what you talking
I don't remember that at all, man.
Oh yeah, but I mean, but I do. So it was so crazy. So like, and I'm so much of a fool with it. So like, I might walk past your dad. We got calls holding back. You're on the phone. Herbie on the phone. We got calls holding, bro. Tighten up. Answer the phone. And I'm walking around. I'm in the department. So one guy was like, man, what does he do? Like, what is he doing? He said the same seat I see. He's not a supervisor. He just walking around. That's all I did for like about 8 months.
Oh, the mayor.
I mean, that's all I did was just walk around like it did at that time.
That's not all you did.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing some other stuff too, but then we fast forward.
Yep.
We get into summer. We get into May 2000. Now I'm dabbling with doing CDs. So I'm going to Best Buy.
Shout out to Mr. McDowell.
I'm going to Sound Exchange.
That's my boy.
Walked up to him, getting aggravated. I'm like, man, I'm buying CDs. I got to buy 13 CDs to put together one CD. To my left. Oh man, I could do CDs on Napster. What's Napster?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
It's a site that you can go on and download music. I said, so if I come back and give you a list of the songs I want, you can do it for me? So this is the same. It was so eerie that we get into the same weekend, Memorial Day 2000.
24 years ago.
24 years ago.
Wow.
So I give him the list. He said it'd be $10 a CD. I said, okay, well, I had the money for you Tuesday. I'm nagging him all week. You know, how you come? He said, Daryl, I have it. Just calm
Darryl.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound like Daryl.
Tuesday morning.
Until he owe you.
Tuesday morning. Here you go. Tuesday morning.
I had to dry this house.
That's another conversation. Don't get out here and lie. So Tuesday morning, he come to me. He got him. Here you go. Here you go. So I'm excited. So like I can't even think. I got to get home to check these out.
So you could rip them too. Because he
Go
taught you
through
how to
it.
rip
Exactly
too,
right. Yeah, because it wasn't for your own listening pleasure. Like you had plans.
Yeah, I had plans. Yeah, I was doing distribution.
Boy, Jason, boy, I pleaded fifth.
Yeah.
I was about to
but
say
I mean, no,
something.
He was in
that's
distribution. That's right.
Yeah, I was in distribution.
And you know what's kind of crazy is until now I didn't. After go back and think about it, Kyle's also responsible for DJ Squid.
What?
Indirectly.
Yeah, because he gave me.
Squid.
I know, but
You gave me the game as far as getting me, and I gave him the game.
And then it just,
So it's kind of like hockey. Like I say, you gave
Yeah.
The hockey assist.
the hockey assist. There you go.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm
The
talking
assist
about-
before the assist.
Assist for the assist there. So I mean, shout out to Kyle for that, man.
Oh,
jeez.
So we ain't good. We ain't
To
good.
this day,
CDs,
people
boy.
might they miss
We ain't
Squid
good.
to
We
this
ain't good.
day.
Them CDs. I'm
wild.
telling you, they was just so crazy.
Do you remember coming to my house?
Yeah.
And we spent the whole afternoon watching
Yeah.
football, burning games.
Yeah.
Daryl, I need to
Remember
tell you
all that
something.
ordering pizza? I remember all that. I said, don't worry about it. I get it. That's the least I can do is
We
buy the
sure
food. I
did.
got you. Don't worry about that.
Listen, man, I had I guess this doesn't matter now that it didn't come through. I had a gift ordered for you that I was going to bring tonight.
For real?
And Amazon disappointed, and it's not going to be delivered to the end of the week, so I just canceled it. I got you a DMX T-shirt.
I'm not a nice person. Yeah, come say, listen, that was like when DMX came out. This is on the second one, not the first one. What's My Name was a big song on there. And he walk around saying, I'm not a nice person. So you don't be like,
Daryl's like, this white.
this guy here. But that's my dude, though, man. I'll tell you, a lot of love, a lot of respect. I'm so glad to have you here. So now let's get into
Thank you for having me.
the book. Absolutely. So let's get into the book. You working in corporate America. You see in the culture. Because what's odd for me is that you being in leadership, most people in leadership don't really care about the employee experience. They just worried about what they got to do.
That's the problem.
Okay, so let's get into how that come together.
So I was in big corporate America for almost 30 years.
Okay.
28 years.
Okay.
And by most measurements or how people might define success, I was very successful. By all the wrong measurements in hindsight, by the way.
Okay.
And with each passing year, I seemed to take on more responsibility. Man, I had all these fancy titles. I had the kind of corner offices you see on TV shows with like their own couch and conference room and all that.
Right.
I led 15,000 people at 2 different times in my career.
Okay.
But with each passing year, the more success I would find, the more kind of apathetic and just like disconnected I became. To the point where I started to really loathe the environments that I was creating. Like I'm the guy driving this stuff, and it's like, and I just had this feeling that there had to be something more to this, right?
Okay.
So it kind of reached a boiling point in maybe 2015, 2016, and I decided that my health was failing. I was really close to a divorce that ultimately happened. I shouldn't say my health was failing. I wasn't healthy.
Okay.
I got really unhealthy. Divorce is on the horizon. Just not a very happy dude.
Okay.
So I just kind of told myself, I was very fortunate that I had a little bit of money in the bank, and I said, I'm gonna step away from corporate America and wait for something else, figure out what I want to do, because I'm burned.
Right.
And I was burned because of bullshit behavior, toxic behavior, sandboxes. Like, for me to win, you must lose, which is the dumbest thing in the world, because we can all win.
Exactly.
I grew tired of it. So I left a really good job, and I said, I'm not going back into the corporate world unless or until I get a chance to kind of do things differently. I wanted to lead in a way that I had never led. And at that point in my career, I had only led, I think the peak headcount under my leadership was maybe 4,000 people around the world.
Okay.
So I stepped away, and within a couple of weeks, I got a phone call about running the Obamacare and 1-800 Medicare enrollment centers.
Okay.
For a company called GDIT.
Okay.
And it was 15,000 employees, a $6.5 billion program, 11 locations, maybe more at the time. And
I've heard GDIT. They had one right here at the Home Depot building on 301.
That's where Maximus is now.
Old school, yeah. Okay, exactly. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Right across from the pub.
So we're going to come full circle to that.
Okay.
Because that's I ultimately ran that location.
Okay.
When it was GDIT and then Maximus. So anyway, I got this phone call. Would you be interested in this role? And that was a real gut check moment. Like, be careful what you wish for. It's easy to sit back and say, man, if I could do this, or the next time I have that opportunity, I'm going to do it this way. Well, this was my chance to do it. So I took the job, and about 90 days into the role, I requested the top 40 or 50 leaders of the whole organization of my program. I wanted to meet everybody. We were in Lawrence, Kansas.
Jayhawks. Okay.
That's right. We were in Lawrence, Kansas.
Rock Chalk.
I love Lawrence. Lawrence was good to me.
That's Waldo Holbert, Mario Chalmers.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's his partner.
Yeah, man. It's a great city. Anyway, so I requested, we had this get together, right? It's a 2 or 3 day summit, workshop, whatever. And the night before I was going to meet with these people, dude, I was terrified. I didn't know what the hell I was going to say. I'm in my hotel room in Lawrence, Kansas, and I just knew I needed to do something different. Like, me coming in as like some superhero, or here's what I'm going to do, or here's what I've done, and here's how I'm here to save you. Like, that's, people have heard that. And this group, especially the group of people that were my like direct reports,
right?
Their average tenure was like 12 years in this job. So they had forgotten more than I knew.
Right. So what you finna come in here and tell us, right?
That's so, and that would have been inauthentic for me. So, dude, with no planning, I had no aspirations of anything bigger than what I was going to share the next day. I got my laptop in my lap, and I ended up, after about 2 hours worth of work, with 10 sentences in front of me. And they each began with the word "we." And and I didn't realize this at the time. As I read through them, I'm like, they're basically my expectations of humans. And I want people to hold me to the same expectations. There's no difference.
That's fair.
So, and we can get into it as much as you want or as little as you like, but the next morning I shared these principles with the team. The presentation was in black and white on purpose. That's why the book is in black and white. Everything I do essentially is in black and white, because I feel like a core set of principles, as simple as these are, they should not be negotiable. Like, we do the right thing. You don't want to be associated with somebody that's going to do the right thing, and that's a principle of theirs.
Right.
But simple's not easy, so it's a little different.
Okay.
So anyway, I shared this the next day with this team, and about 50% of the room was, I sensed optimism and excitement. Another 25% of the room, skeptical. The last 25% were like, this guy's full of shit. This guy's full of shit. And I could see it on their face.
So you didn't feel the buy-in?
No, dude.
They probably got the face looking like...
No, yeah. Oh, 100%.
This dude
yeah.
talking about, man, you see this?
Yeah, 100%. Well, get this. So this guy, was a guy on the team who came up to me afterwards. Hey, Kyle, I'm Nick. Great to meet you, Nick. He said, man, that was really, really great. Can you send me the PowerPoint? Because I would love to share it with my team. I was like, absolutely, Nick. Of course, man. Run with it. Thanks. I don't know. I don't want to mess up the timing, but it could have been weeks or months later, but it was sometime later. We were out to dinner, a group of people, and Nick was there. And Nick said, somebody actually said for Nick, hey, Kyle, did you know that Nick Googled the 10 W's because he didn't believe you wrote them? He thought you stole them, plagiarized it.
I was wondering about that when you saying it. They looked at you that way. Because my question was, do you think some of that was due to jealousy, or like people who are confident make people who are not confident
uncomfortable?
Very. Some call it. Some say you're condescending, as they'll say, when it's not really that. But you just know what you know.
If you know what,
you're condescending.
You're condescending. So he loves to throw out big words, so he's really eating this up. Nobody
don't have a whole lot of them. So
you take that as condescending. But
this book is begin with we. That's not big words.
Very simple. 2 letters.
Very simple. 5 letters. So
2 letters. Yeah.
But no, so somebody outed Nick that he.
Were you offended by that?
I was flattered.
Okay.
Yeah, I was flattered. Yeah, right.
Hey, check my receipts.
Yep, that's right. But it gets worse. So then he confirmed. He outed himself. He said he only wanted the presentation because he wanted to go to file properties to see if I actually created the presentation, or if I downloaded it from somewhere.
Damn, Nick.
No. Nick might have been like the first guy to know who you really were. Nick's like,
I think Nick was trying to really throw shade.
But at the same time, it gave him his credibility.
It gave him credibility, like I said.
And now Nick is the voice.
Now Nick is fired. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He rough. He let Nick work all day till last break. No. Can we see you for a minute, Nick?
Wait until Monday morning. Let him come in all the way to work. No, actually, the truth is, Nick is a good friend of mine now.
Okay, cool.
That's what I
shout out Nick.
He wrote a few pages in my book, actually.
Okay.
I asked him.
Now, did you Google him?
No, he's a good dude, but there was a good healthy bit of skepticism, right?
Okay. So you felt that you had to prove yourself when you put that out.
Yep.
You're gonna have people like, man, I don't. So when did you see the turn in the employees? Like, okay, they done bought into it.
Yeah. Well,
now we're moving.
So just for clarity, the spirit of the 10 W's. The way I introduced them was, these are the rules of behavior for how we treat each other first.
Okay.
I'm not even thinking about the customer yet. If we can all commit to treating each other by using these principles, and by the way, not to be too nerdy, but a principle by definition is a fundamental truth. It's something we hold to be true. It's a system of beliefs. Okay. That's the definition. And if you get a group of people, I don't care if it's the chess team, the bowling team, a podcast team, if you get a group of people directly aligned to a series of behavioral principles, you can accomplish anything. And these principles are all grounded in we. Like, you're important, but you're not as important as we are, right? And it's so true in every avenue of life, sports, everything, right? There's nothing worth the shit is done by one person, rarely.
Right.
It takes people, right?
Right.
So that's the spirit of these. But your observation, dude, is so spot on. Is people are looking for me. They're looking out of the side of their eye, and what they were looking for was to see me behave in a way that was contrary to any one of the principles.
Right.
Like to be a hypocrite.
Are you living this?
That's it, brother. That's it.
Are you living it?
That's it. And you can call me a lot of things. You can insult me a lot of ways, but one word I will not stand for is hypocrite. I can't. I'm just too principled.
Right.
So I was at least smart. I had no idea where this was going, by the way. I didn't push it on anybody.
Okay.
I said, these are how I'm going to treat you, and I expect you to treat me the same way. And I went as far to say, if you see me behaving differently than this, grab me by the ear. And I mean that. I mean that. Because I may not be doing it on purpose. I may not know that I'm doing it. And we got to talk. We got to talk.
Right.
Fast forward that was back in like 2017. That company still uses the 10 We's or that portion of the company, that program. It's their cultural manifesto, dude. They have the 10 We awards twice a year. Their performance appraisals, evaluation, individuals all around the 10 We's. Suffice to say, those non-believers, most of them, not all, I'm not naive, most of them came around. The business results that we delivered for the next 18, 24 months that I was still there were unprecedented.
Okay.
But much more importantly, the relationships that we forged, the connections. Dude, I still have one-on-ones with some people that I haven't worked with in 5 years.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
And we just shoot the shit, and they'll help me, and I'll bounce stuff off of them. One of them helped me name the book. So the relationships and their fulfillment changed a lot.
So let me ask you this, if I can, because as employees, when accolades are given or different, hey, we got this. Do you truly believe that the employees that do the grunt work should be included as far as any incentives that come? As far as, say, I know with some jobs, let's say with bonus structure.
Yep.
Let me just do that.
Yep.
So let's say, okay, hey, if you have someone that excels, do you feel they should all be on a scale? If this person exceeds, we should have something in place for that person, because if this person is excelling, I think there should be no cap on as far as, incentives. And I'm going to get your intake on that.
Well, I look at it this way. When any of us take a job, we agree essentially to what the value of that job is. We can even agree to disagree, but we're agreeing into a relationship because
Right.
I took the job.
Right.
So the way I look at it is, you hired me and you paid me based on the value you expect me to contribute. Now, I believe very strongly that if I contribute value over and above what you hired me for, I should be compensated for that.
Okay, that's
I should
fair.
be rewarded for that.
That's fair.
I mean,
No, but let me ask this question.
How's the answer no?
You'd be surprised. Go ahead.
So the answer is we have a budget that we have to pay.
Yes.
And that budget, if we give you that, we're over that budget, and
Yes.
the company bankrupts, and now we're out of business.
Yes. Now that is, and that's real. And I've been in that situation, and I've been through ugly layoffs, and that is a fact. That is a fact, Waldo. That if we have budgeted this, we no matter how good you perform, Kyle, we cannot pay you that. And that is. But I do think over time, an engaged leadership team makes decisions that tries to accommodate for that. So by that I might mean, okay, if we have top performers, here's 100 performers, and the top 10 are just carrying everybody, it might be a sad fact that these bottom 10 need to go. Right? So
Right.
so it's one thing that we're going to reward great performance, but
Right.
if you're not an
You're
average,
going to cut the people.
absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
that's how life works.
I work at the butcher's office. You work at the butcher, man.
Right. But like you said, but I agree. But I agree with that, because it's like, if you see that you grinding, giving your all day in, day out, and then you got somebody that's just there, how could they be on the same scale?
Yeah.
That doesn't add up.
So you're saying a sliding scale for bonuses.
Right.
Okay.
Well, listen, if we agree that if you contribute value over and above what I expected you to contribute, you
Right.
should get paid more, right?
Right.
You have to see it the other way as well. If you're contributing less value than we agreed to when we started this relationship,
Then you should be grounds to be let go.
yeah.
Yeah. I
yeah,
accept that as well.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, I kind of agree.
You could disagree all
But,
day long.
but at the same time, now you have these people that are performing at this level, and you have these people that are performing at this level, but they're still reducing some of this workload down here. Now, when you cut them, they're going to have to pick it up even more to maintain the level of work where you already are.
That's a balance.
you can actually replace them too.
That's
but
right.
that's part of the budget. You're going to replace them with the same
with you.
amount of money.
No.
But it's the same people. You get rid of 10, you get 10 more. No, there's no increase.
Yeah.
It's just
I'll get 10
bring
motivated people probably, because they're going to be motivated because I've now offered them a job or an opportunity.
Right.
But what he was saying is giving them more money will cut them to have more money
But
available.
they created more money, Waldo. He's giving them a portion of what they created.
Yeah, if you add value, we can quantify that value. I absolutely.
Because there may not be $100,000 for bonus if you don't create the $1 million.
Right.
versus the $100,000.
Okay. I see what
But also,
you're saying.
fellas, I also believe in this following conversation happening. Daryl comes to my office and says, Kyle, I'm contributing this much more value.
That'll never happen.
Well,
I'm sorry.
fair enough.
I'm sorry.
We can move on, y'all.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll use you as the example.
I didn't take my medicine. Vets. Use
condescending as an example.
Finish your thought.
Go ahead, use condescending. Use condescending as an example.
Had he said Torres, I might have said I'd still be
Torres,
listening.
can you pull up condescending when you announce Dawson?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I'll use Doss as an example. So Doss comes to my office and was like, Kyle, remember when you hired me, you expect me to do X, Y, and Z. Well, I'm crushing that. As a matter of fact, I'm doing X, Y, Z, and 1, 2, 3. And you told me that I should get paid extra if I'm doing extra, if I'm contributing extra value. And it's just kind of where you were going, Waldo. I think it's totally appropriate for Doss's boss or his leader to say, man, I wish I could pay you more. And I'm not bullshitting you. I don't have it. We don't have it. As a matter of fact, I want you to know how much I agree with you. I agree with you so much that what can I do to help you find your next job? Because I want you to make more money.
Whoa.
I want you to make more money.
Right, but I think with something with that too is that
you deserve it. You own it. If I can't give it to you, I want somebody to give it to you. Let me help you get that.
Okay.
Is that a sincere offer? Or
I'm sure it is.
I've done it. But it ended differently though. So I had an employee come to me. He wanted to leave because it was an opportunity for more money, better title. He wanted to bounce. I couldn't match it. I couldn't give him that title. It was not in our structure, right?
Right.
I helped him with his resume. I helped him do mock interviews, and he didn't get the job. But how committed to our relationship and what we were doing?
And a lot of people don't do
after that because I cared. I wanted him to do. But
I think sometimes in leadership is if they're in a position of leadership, some people don't bring others up. And
they're called bosses. They're not leaders.
Right. And I see you put a lot of posts out about that, and I share them, but it's like,
appreciate it.
When you are in a position, like, I always feel that, how can you hire somebody from the outside that doesn't know what goes on, especially in a entry-level position?
Say more.
As far as, let's say leadership, let's say, for example, I've worked at jobs where I've seen people work and get promoted from within. Mm-hmm. To me, that builds morale when you see someone, okay, hey, I see this person got promoted. Maybe I can get promoted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You see that.
Can it also build resentment?
It works either. It can work both ways.
It can go both ways.
No. Let me say this let me put this out here as my disclaimer. I've never worked in corporate America. If you think the military works that way, I've never. Now, UPS is
That's corporate America?
No.
Yes, it is.
What is?
That's corporate America.
No,
it's not.
No. Talking the military or UPS?
No, UPS.
Not at all. Well,
military's not. But
no,
UPS.
But the promotion doesn't work that way.
But I get like you say, but it's not. You're not. It's a difference. It's a difference.
But I wanted to ask y'all a question: are the bonuses negotiated within? Like, if you go for a job, are your bonuses negotiated up front? Is that what you're saying a person should do?
It's based upon what I think it's a pot. What they have.
Yeah, in my experience, it's usually like, here's your base salary, and your bonus is going to be calculated on a number of things, like company performance, your own performance.
Right.
It's usually a little, like, just narrative in there. Yeah,
make sure they got what they do use.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So does he pass the eye test? Did he do this? Did he do this?
Yeah.
And there's so many different factors that go into it: attendance,
and then
quality.
You can even get, and then if you can even get a percent of. You can get 110% of your bonus sometimes. In some companies, like if you outperform, you expected this. We're gonna bonus you even higher than that.
So that goes, I guess, to your question is
right. Because
it depends on the job too.
The extra 10% comes from
somewhere else.
Now let me ask you this: are you one of the leaders that, say, for example, where let's say if a group or team does a great job? Because I'm the type of person that, like, I've been told that, hey,
pizza and cupcakes.
I want to order pizza. We're going to get pizza for the team. They ain't doing that. I can buy my own pizza. That does nothing for me. Yeah. Now, that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't want to come across negative and ungrateful, but when you putting in the work and grinding and exceeding, putting up record numbers.
Yeah.
So what would you like to see?
They can get
question.
You can give a day off. You can give a day off.
They gave you days off. When you signed up, you had days off.
But you missing one. But if you're exceeding, you should get something good.
Pizza
to show.
You're gonna get pizza.
But you know what's
gonna feed you, and it's gonna build camaraderie with the team. Everyone's gonna eat together. Dude, everybody's gonna get to know each other. Everybody's gonna talk. It's building morale inside the building.
But you know what's wild is you guys have the exact opposite opinion on the same thing, which makes it hard to please everybody.
That's true too.
It's really
that's true too. But then you ask yourself,
this is my first time.
What is your why? Like we talked about it yesterday at church. Like, what is your why? Why do you do it? Because I mean, some people have different things that they work for. As far as say, I want to grow within the company.
Yeah.
Some people have basic. I got to provide for my family.
Yeah.
You know, or I got to learn what I can in here to try to get to the next.
Some people
next
will
level.
work for food.
You said, what do you mean? You said, what is your why? Or you mean like Larry?
What is your why?
I know
Like,
wasn't
when you go to
Larry
work,
King said the greatest question to ask is why.
Yeah, I mean, because and people have different things that drive them and motivate
100%.
them. You know what I'm saying? So we all have 4 different things. If I ask each one of y'all what motivates you, we'll probably get 4 different answers.
Absolutely.
You know, so it depends on what drives you.
Are you asking why I do what I do?
No, I'm just saying, just giving as an example. Yeah,
yes.
Walter wants to know, why you do what you do.
But Kyle
Condescending wants to know why you do what you do.
But when he said earlier,
You got to lean into the mic, man. We can't hear you.
Yeah, lean into the mic, Ruff. Come on, man.
Hey, my voice travels. Okay, but at any rate,
it's true.
I hate dogs, man. I love him, but I hate him. Go ahead, keep going.
But no, he said something about because you said. But I like your. Was it you? For me to win, you have to lose.
Yeah.
I have never gotten rid of that, and that's interesting.
But that's because you've never been in that environment. When you work within a team, see, like with UPS is a little different.
Doss, I'm gonna challenge you on that. Here's why.
Throw your flag.
So as we were talking before we started rolling, Doss and I used to play ball together, play football together. Doss, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say, what position did you play the majority of? Flag
corner, and I was a receiver. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the receiver, right? Oh, this may backfire. Mm-hmm. You win a state championship. You win a national championship.
We did. Yeah.
Okay. But let's just hypothetically say in that state championship game, you had 0 catches.
As long as I win.
Okay. So you lost that day. You personally lost that day. The team wins.
And just
so
for the
that's
record,
my point. That's my. We can still all win together, even if one of us.
But just throwing the disclaimer, I'm going to cut you off.
The same way every time.
He's speaking of a state title that Jefferson won 25 years later after he graduated.
I was actually talking about flag because I won state and national flag.
But I knew it. That's fine.
But
Walter knows what you were talking about.
No.
You were bringing back to Jefferson, but that's cool though. You went to Jefferson.
I don't know what that is. University of High School, I know
there's a Jefferson High plug every episode that we do.
I wasn't thinking about that.
Easter egg. It's in every. It's in every.
It's there.
You'll find it.
Prego, it's in there.
Hey, listen, it's not my fault your schools couldn't win anything. But anyway.
That's fair. That's fair.
And no, but
you see my point though.
Absolutely, but in flag, if there's no decoys, everybody just has an assignment, and you know, people may not like him, but I love Bill Belichick. Just do your job, and then get on to the next one.
Yeah.
And time, like I said, I told you, check down. If it's not there,
You did teach me that. You did.
With people
really
don't realize with Vec, people didn't think Vec could quarterback because
he did what I didn't do.
No, I thought you were going to be my quarterback, and he told me that you couldn't, not to bring you out there.
He did?
He said it'd be a different element. I said, I just liked your arm. I said,
you out there in the hood. On me? No, I would hate. I ain't want you out there in the hood. It was real. It was real urban. It was urban.
No, listen.
How racist is that?
Yeah, it's not racist. It was urban.
No, it's a different element of person out there.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was.
But I'm rolling in with you guys. I'll be okay.
But the thing is, I'm glad that you.
I think y'all were still working together at that time.
And we were. That was 2002. We were still working together. I ain't want you. I'm telling you, I did not.
That's why I never walked the gym.
I did not want you out there because it was always going to be an inkling of violence at any given time, and I did not want you in that environment.
I think that happened. I don't think that's. I'm used to that.
Though. No. You ain't. You've never played. It's a different play.
Don't know what he did.
No, I know Kyle.
I played in a lot of tournaments.
You played tournament, but contact. You ever played contact?
Like tackle football?
No, contact flag.
No, never played
exactly. So Exhibit A.
Oh,
I ain't talking about Terry O'Grady. Okay, you touch, pull the flag. No, they crack back in. You know, all. Yeah. I don't.
But he's going.
I'm partially offended, but also partially grateful.
Okay. I can take that. But the thing I'm trying to say, and see, Doss was like, man, I want Kyle. No, I don't want Kyle. Can't go out there.
Wow, I never knew that.
Come tell you.
I never even told.
They had a couple guys.
I never knew that.
They had a quarterback. He probably Tony Ballard started the league. Tony Ballard had a concussion out there playing. Now you playing quarterback. Yeah. He caught a concussion. Playing flag football like he threw a pig. And somebody blowed him up on a crackback, and that's what I'm saying.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Right now?
I'm trying. But you talking about guys? He not taking.
I saw your skill set, and I said, I think I can work. Listen, Well, what Beck did and what he's he
Listen,
did that. The talent was there, but what Beck developed into.
But you talking about guys that a lot of guys didn't play football in high school, so this was like their moment to get back to relive what they never did. So you got guys out there every week. I mean, they spatted. I mean, they how you spatted for flag football?
Oh, they do it.
I'm saying so. It's a fashion show, but here it is that you got guys
things up at the arm.
You got guys bringing pressure on the line.
Yeah.
So they wait on you to throw that pick, because when you become that, you throw that pick, now you fool. Because they definitely coming to hit you.
Yeah.
So why would I put you as a working man in corporate America out there in that environment with them hooligans?
Like I said, okay? I'm grateful.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing about it. Was nothing.
I still wonder what if though.
No. So had you played
nothing else?
Had you played out there in Dover? Non-contact. Go get Kyle. That's my guy.
Yeah.
But they out there playing at Reagan Park off Lake at 15. I don't want Kyle out there, and I still do that to this day.
Hey, Doss, how Brian do out there?
He's one of my better players.
Brian and Kyle are different.
Fair.
Okay, Brian and Kyle are different.
Fair. A lot
okay,
different.
I'm gonna give you. If
we
you
got
call
one thing
Brian,
in common. That's probably
right.
it.
If you call you can't. I love Brian. You can't barely understand what Brian's saying, because Brian don't even open his mouth when he talk.
Hey,
what's up, dude? I'm just chilling.
I'm just chilling, man.
Ain't doing that. You talk to Doss? You talk to Doss?
Y'all talk to him still?
Yeah.
Doss still kicking with, but like I say, but it's always
love him, man.
It's love,
Great
but it's just
guy.
like I just do that. Go ahead.
Can I tell you a quick Brian story?
Go ahead.
And I hope he hears this. I hope he remembers me. I don't even remember. That dude was so bad. Anyway, he on one Sunday out in Dover, Doss, after a game, he came up to me, and as he's prone to do, he goes, "Hey, Kyle, what's up with the job, man?" I go, what, Brian? He goes, "Hey, what's up with the job, man?" And I was like,
yeah.
And then
that's him though.
And I understood what he
Took
said.
you a while to be like,
and I kind of stood there. He goes, "Hey, don't worry, I can talk proper when I need to."
Yeah,
exactly. Right after that, I was like, "Oh, okay,
job,
Brian. Now, okay, yeah." So
job?
he basically said, "When I get into work, when I get in the job, I'll clean it up." I said, "Okay," and I think we tried to. I don't think he ever got the job there, but he talked about it. But I remember Brian really well. He was hard to understand sometimes.
Brian said, "What's up with the job?
What's up with the job, man?"
What's up with the job, man? He was trying to kid on me, but that's why I say it's just for me. I didn't think that would be
good looking out.
No, that was a different.
I think he could have done it, man.
Yeah,
Kyle's arm. You know, he reminded me of Kyle without the athleticism, but he had enough as Glenn. Because I used to get on Glenn about, "Hey, Glenn, the guy's right there." Glenn didn't see it. He didn't see it.
Why you don't coach now?
Freaky talented.
Why you don't coach now?
I have things going. You talking like in high school?
Just coaching, just general, because you have so much.
I have
wisdom.
no patience.
Oh.
My thing is, this is what we want to get done. I've already thought about it for you, so I don't need you to be thinking. I just need you to go out here and just do. But that's how I was.
But that's not how it works anymore, man.
Yeah, I know. There you go. That's why.
But see,
Sean McVay, Bill Belichick. In terms of styles, there's a big transition going on right now in how coaches are reaching players.
But but you in leadership.
Well, they're reaching them down
way.
with NIL deals.
Right. So that's
why Saban got out.
So let me ask you this: if you, and this is a good question, if there was a coach that you say you compare your leadership style to, who would it be?
Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. I go with that.
I wouldn't have said Dick Vermeil, but I wouldn't have said Tony.
I'd be okay with that too.
But like I said, but Dick Vermeil very positive. Tony
not
Dungy,
a big departure though, right, guys? They're
no.
Right.
They both care. Don't need to yell at you. We know what we're here to do.
Yep.
Let's just get it. But
and then I think Dungy got the most. He got the most out of you. Because when you talk to people as men, and that's odd to say, because
I just want to disappoint Tony though.
With so many coaches, like I said, when you're in the,
because he cared.
Because in the '90s you had Jimmy Johnson, you had Bill Parcells,
totally different. Right?
Who else was that? I'm trying to think. In the
we
90s.
were all raised with. I was raised. You may not. We raised. Walter, how do you?
A little younger than you.
A little younger.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you. Our coaches growing up would grab us by the face mask.
Oh no, we got language.
I'm 42. I
okay, so you got that.
I mean, I got
oh, you didn't get. We got language.
Yeah,
Give me a lap.
One of our coaches.
Give me a lap.
One of our coaches.
Don't back talk. Don't even think.
One of my coach's favorite phrase was, "I slap a part in your head wide as Interstate 4."
That's a good. I not got that one. No, my dad was my coach, and he'd pull me by the face mask.
For real?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
but you had that discipline. That's why I think nowadays
it's different.
Coaching now is player building relationships.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So you really can't. yell at a player. You know, you really can't get them. Like I still remember.
But you find a
Mike
player
Dicker,
to do it.
When Dicker snapped on Harbaugh with that pick. I really thought that he was going.
He stepped on Jim McMahon before.
But not like, but not like he.
We can talk 85 Bears all
Harbaugh.
night if you want.
But not like he did Harbaugh. I was worried. I mean, I was like 10th, 11th grade. I was like,
that was in '85 that he did it. And Harbaugh. I mean, McMahon was walking to him and he was yelling. He just turned around and went the other way. And they said, "Why'd you do that?" I didn't want to hear what he had to say. I'm sure. He didn't want to hear what I had to say.
Yeah. But like I say, but you had, like I say, you had those coaches were disciplinarians, and they were, you know.
I just think it's a different time now, and I don't know. I'm not saying it's a better or worse time.
You think the generations, but we always talk about the entitled generation, where it's a lot of people now they want it.
Talking about that,
they want it. They want, and like you said, when you get younger people, say 25, 23, 24, expectations.
That's
like
it.
I always try to tell my boys, don't be late to work. There's no excuse to be late to work.
They're not often. Yeah.
Not often. But you can't
aside
just
from a
miss
big accident. No.
Right, but you just can't. Oh well, I'll get there if the shift starts at 8. I get there 8:05.
It's not a target.
8:10.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not a range.
I almost hit the bullseye. I was close.
I was only late twice last week.
As much as he and I didn't like each other at UPS when I was a union steward and didn't like him, but Dan Simmons, I don't know if he's alive or not, and this will probably surprise people who are listening. I learned the importance of a minute with Dan because he, and explain, I never knew this because in the military, you didn't have any variance of anything at all. You did. Or
you had no opinion, right, Doss?
None.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
But he said, okay, I got 80, he said, I got 170 of y'all. If every day I pay you all per hour, but every day each of you individuals take a minute and a half from me. He did the numbers. He said by the end of the week, I've lost this much production.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it don't sound like a lot when you think it, but like you said, each person does it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It adds
They're
up.
gonna lose that production with me on the clock because I might leave early. Come in, clock in a little bit late. But while I'm there, between them hours,
but even like it,
I'm all in.
And I think even like
and you want your bonus, right? Because you work extra
I
hard.
exceeded the level. I've exceeded.
Yeah.
But the time frame, you might knock me on evaluation for that. you might knock me on evaluation.
You can tell people who are in the Air Force versus those in the Army. And no offense, Air Force. My parents are both retired Air Force, but
they, like I said, I just think it's the structure. Like we just always had to me, like my parents always, you got to be on time.
Got to be.
Don't be late. You got to be on time.
Work ethic has changed.
But that's what I'm saying, and it's been accepted because once
I wish
again,
I knew, Doss.
But I think the generation today is. Well, I got here. I was here. I mean, I wasn't that late.
Yeah, I wasn't that late.
What do you mean that late? Late is late. It don't matter if it's 8:00. I'm being very serious.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't survive then in that.
I'm just saying, late. Oh, I wasn't that late. I mean, I got here 8:10. Like, man, I got here 9:30.
So when I had to go in the office, I had that mentality.
Did you? Yeah. You know it's wrong though, or do you think it's wrong, or you just didn't care? Like what?
Well, Water probably don't care.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm genuinely curious. Like you just didn't like.
I didn't really care because when I get there, majority of the time I get there at 7.
Okay.
Mostly.
Okay. When is this? When are you supposed to?
At 7.
He said majority of the time.
I get there at 7.
I stop by around 7.
So from 7 to 7:30. I'm really not doing anything anyway.
Okay.
In that time frame, we're walking around the office, talking to people, getting coffee. The phones are not up. So
you'd be a horrible client, by the way. But keep talking though.
It's not really, to me, it's not really like important for me to be there at 7 because we're not really doing anything in that time frame anyway.
Do you get static if you come after 7?
No.
Nobody cares? Oh, well, then that's no problem.
The phone lines don't open until 7:30 anyway, and we're really
as long as you're there by 7:30.
8, yeah.
I don't know. Actually,
so let me ask you, Dave. Sid, I know you probably we were 20 minutes from your job.
Yeah, about 20.
Okay, what time do you say normally leave? Yeah. Let's just say what time you normally leave.
So it depends. It depends. So I might leave 6:30 one morning.
Okay, let's say you ain't got to drop the girls off. It's just you getting yourself together.
I'm saying it depends. I might leave 6:30 one morning. Okay. I might be pulling up to the office. It's 6:50.
Okay,
I'm gonna go to Waffle House.
Well, I guess my question.
So you drive to the building, then you go to Waffle House.
It's too early for me to be here.
But you couldn't stop at Waffle House on the way.
No, I like if I'm going and I know I'm gonna get there. I'm just going. I'm gonna go to my Waffle House. I'm gonna call while I'm in the parking lot and pick my food up and then come back.
How long it take for your food to be ready?
What, 10 minutes?
So you get back like 7:05?
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Yeah, bring us back home, Bells.
I guess I'm trying to figure out.
He rubbing his head. He can't
He's
fathom it.
perplexed.
Befuddled.
Yeah, I am because y'all are on time.
I see what you did there.
Like if I had to be like, say, if the attorney has to be at court and I decide I'm going to go, I understand how that would work. But courts start. No, you get there early. Because if it starts at 8:30, you got to be there 8:15.
The courtroom and me working in insurance is completely different.
But y'all in different fields. I know for us.
But I'm trying to figure out. But no, that's not what's important. The start time is important.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's court, if it's the basketball court, courtroom.
But he's saying nobody's giving him a hard time. So
for him, he's good.
So
he's been called out on it. So he's good.
You say he just said he was docked on his evaluation for it.
Oh
no, he was giving an example. He said he was giving an example. He can. They could dock him for his
don't
tardiness.
Yeah,
but I just think like for me,
I'm one of the workers that are here.
My shift starts at 8, and I'm old school. Like I said, I work from home, so I might roll out the bed, log in 7:30, 7:35, just to get myself ready,
wake up
for the day. But that's just even at Sawtell. At Club Sawtell, I was never like dragging. I wasn't. At 7, we started. Our shift was like 8 to 4:30.
But what motivated you to get to work on time? That's a principle? Of course, that's
just and I think that was just something that was just instilled. You got to get here on time. You got to get here on time, and that's why I say I saw my dad, like I say, work overnight, work weekends, work midday shifts. Yeah. So that was always instilled. I got to get to work.
I haven't been late. I haven't been late to work.
Define late.
I've been early to work since November. Since November.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I'm working from home.
Oh well.
That ended.
That changes.
That hit with a thud.
I haven't been late to work since November.
Let me ask you this, Carl.
Yes, sir.
Is your core principles that's built in? But I heard you say things have changed because he talks about it too.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Yeah. One of the reasons I don't coach is because I could not function with this generation of kids. Yeah. I just can't.
Yeah. Understand.
But in your core, if I'm building a business once we establish it, if it begins with we. Once we establish it, this is what we do. Yep. How do you deal with, do you have deviations?
It's so much easier to deal with it after that. Because if you're on this team, you've subscribed to all 10 of these. And it's every day, all day. And when you deviate, it's not my opinion. It's black and white. For example, we could argue that showing up on time is we do the right thing. It's the very first principles. We do the right thing. You could argue that, right? So when someone's late, it makes my comment, Daryl, listen, we do the right thing, right, man? You signed up for that.
Right.
I didn't make you sign up for that. You signed up for that.
So let me ask you this to him.
Okay.
I got a better example.
Is that a stickler for you, being on time? I mean, I know it's encompassed on do the right thing.
I think I pick my battles on stuff like that. Okay. It's not the end of the world if someone's a couple minutes late, but like I have this one.
Shout out to Kyle.
I'm not.
There's a time and place,
I'm not
though.
there at all.
So I'll put it this. It's two sides to this. So I have a standing meeting every Thursday at 1:00 with about 10 people, and there was a pattern of people showing up late for a while, and I said, "Listen, guys."
On a Zoom.
No, in person.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I was like, listen, guys, we should respect each other's time more than this. We got to be here on time, me included.
So let me ask you this.
I wasn't always on time.
See, that's different though. Like,
let me ask you this. So at 1:00, you ready to rock and roll? What time will people check in? Like what time people get in?
Not super late. No, I'm talking less than 10 minutes. Not super late. But if
you're 10 minutes times 10 people's 100 minutes of missed time. Yeah, that's an hour and a half of missed time.
It's disrespectful to other people.
I feel like that's different than what I'm saying.
Like, I agree with you. I do think it's different.
Nobody's
counting on him.
Nobody's depending on me to be at my desk at that time. Nobody's depending on me.
So basically, he getting 30 minutes paid. He getting 2.5 hours a week just and then ain't doing nothing.
I'm confused by
when you break that down.
I get it.
That's 5 hours of pay period. He just ain't doing nothing.
But Doss, I think your question is a good one. But I just think when you establish expectations, it makes those tough. Yes, people will deviate, but it's easier to call them out on it, and it's easier to call them out multiple times and then fire them. I don't know how to say it nicely. Like if you agreed that we would behave these ways.
So part of your agreement, okay, help me if I'm improper. You two over there, Torres, while you're being cynical. Is it an agreement simply, or did you commit? Because that's what. Because I think it's one thing we agreed it, but you committed to this within my offer acceptance, the consideration for whatever I'm going to pay you.
Yeah.
And it's the contract principles. So I'm only confused.
It's a great question
because I'm like, wait a minute.
It's a commitment,
especially with this cat. Well, no, with your story, because I don't care, because it doesn't matter to me. But I'm trying to figure out. We push off, alert. Mm-hmm. We got 10 minutes, get ready. That it's not life and death, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But you're military too, so I'm like, how does that work? You took this opportunity and turned this opportunity into a job, employment. Mm-hmm. We, by the way, have our core principles, which I know you're going to get into. And one of those principles, by your own admission, this guy here, is that we get here on, because don't talk, I know how you are about time, so don't start.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay, no, you get the look off your face.
I'll say for,
but you know where I'm going with it though.
Stone Cold, little brother.
I say the company that I work for is,
I'm just lost.
The principles are not begin with we.
Yeah.
And the environment when I began, when I started, I was there.
Y'all,
it's y'all, not we. Begin with y'all.
but you know what's funny? Go ahead, Waldo.
When I started, I was there. I was on time, and I just noticed people trickling in at the same time. Like
my wife just jumped in and said, "How you don't know Waldo is staying the extra 5 minutes to make up his time? Because I know Waldo.
I'm leaving extra 5 minutes early.
See what I'm saying? Exhibit A.
And she wasn't listening because how you doing, Miss Newton?
but I think also with that, but even like you just said about being on time, and I'm just a stickler. I don't like because you can't.
Since 1990, Kyle,
I was told that you can't make up. You can lose money. Mm-hmm. You cannot make up. You can get some money back, but you can't make up time.
Benjamin Franklin said,
"You can't get it back.
Lost time is never found."
Right.
Exactly.
You can't get it back, and I mean, and that's
1990. I see.
Right. And I mean, I've been like if I tell dogs, "Hey, I'm coming to get you at 3:30, 3:25. Hey, I'm outside. I'm waiting on you."
I respect that. I appreciate that
because you want people to do
appreciate that.
You the same way, and I think that's the thing that. Go ahead.
Well, I think we're saying the same thing, and that is.
I agree. I have no problem with
I think
time.
we're saying the same thing. I'm not quite sure, Waldo. We're saying the same thing.
Waldo doing his own
That's why I
thing.
mentioned over there to Torres.
Waldo doing his own thing.
Help me, Torres. Am I missing something here? 'Cause I'm like,
no, you're right. You're right.
That's not a Republican Democratic thing. That's just a.
But Torres good with time too, though.
No, he is. You're not.
I'm good here, but it's been this whole issue. I mean, I wish I could chime in, but I'm off mic. I've been struggling with timeliness my entire life. And it's cost me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that it's been a glass ceiling for me.
So fix it.
It has cost me opportunity. I'm working on it.
You can.
Of
course he's working on it. He's working on it here.
Yeah. He was here well early tonight.
But I think also, like you said, just the structure, I always was placed in situations where, hey, just even something like growing up as a kid, okay, Mom, will you take me to the mall? Okay, be ready at 12:30. And I'm not talking about putting on your shoes. You need to be outside.
What happened if you weren't?
You lose your opportunity to go. You ain't going.
I got to try to find another way.
That's a hell of an incentive, right?
I got to walk. That's a Georgia mom.
I got to walk or hope somebody come get me.
You got an incentive.
She might go without you.
Yeah. So I think incentives matter.
And I think that's the thing that, a lot of people, because you can't get it back, but just the lackadaisical energy about being somewhere on time.
But Daryl, you've always been a hustler.
What he said is incentives matter.
Yeah.
I haven't been
even
incentivized.
like my youngest
if you haven't
son.
been punished and you haven't been incentivized, why change?
Right.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
Nothing's been learned.
I see
These are
your
learned
point.
behaviors.
You're talking about a fundamental work ethic, Dawes, and you're not wrong. But today's workforce is different.
We went out there, and I was always the bad guy because I said, "Listen, guys," and I got this from I think it was Mike Montero when I was playing with the bad boys, and we were good there before I spun off to the other teams. Come give me the best you got for whatever, for an hour. Just give me your best.
Yeah.
But one thing I used to tell my guys is don't come straggling up here. You know, it's at game time.
Oh, that drives me crazy.
We were at game speed.
That's different. That drives me
A
crazy.
lot of everybody was behind us because we had already warmed up.
I'm telling you what's funny.
Yeah.
First play, I could run anything, call anything we wanted to call. And we're at game
Shout
speed.
out to one of the sponsors, Mike Trigg.
I'm surprised when I pulled a hamstring. That's what
Mike Trigg runs an adult basketball league out in Carver City, not too far from the stadium. So the first game's at 6:30, and you see, it's basketball. So you see the want to be NBA guys come in. They got the headphones on. It's 6:25. So in my mind, okay, the clock going at 6:30. We ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, man. I gotta get.
It's like
No, then you finna come off the bench because 6:30 we finna crank up.
and people act like the time changed. Like
Right.
It was always an hour ago. Right.
That ain't went nowhere. Right. That ain't went nowhere.
We didn't move 6:30 on you.
No. And I think that's the thing that I struggle with. Like there's no, it struggles with me for people that don't move with urgency. I think that's stuff that really runs me ragged.
Totally agree.
But
Like,
that
I
also
just don't
hurts
get it.
consistency, doesn't it? And in retrospect, I probably could have been a little different. We all had things going on as grown men, but
Of course.
my thing is if you committed,
That's it.
You committed to be
That's
on
it.
this team. You're committed to do this.
Yep.
Like even with the Hawks, you brought me in. Not really as a player, I was more as the coach, but let's just do this and let's see how it turns out.
Yeah.
And when we
Love that.
deviated from it, we didn't win that championship.
Right.
We were clearly the better team.
Right.
Not just athletic.
But like you said, but sometimes it is, and something I have to understand is that what's important to you may not be important to me.
That's right.
What may be important to Waldo
Yep.
may not be important to Dawg.
Yeah,
Yep.
being on time ain't that
And
important.
see what I'm saying? So he just told it.
Well, and I think it's the leader's job to try to find what's important to us, and it may not be work-related type stuff.
Right.
So if I'm leading this team and I know that this is your job, this is not your career, you got something else, you're just using this as a stepping stone. I want to know that.
Right.
Like let's not kid each other, right?
Right.
So
a
if
lot
we
of
get
people won't hire you if they know that.
Or may try to get rid of you if they know that.
Or if they
you
learn
not.
that, they will get rid of you.
which is, I mean, that is so silly to me. That
It
is so
is, but,
silly.
but you may not. But when you get people that are in
I'm
these
not naive to
environments,
that,
like,
yeah.
oh, well, I'm telling you what's even crazy. Like when I
I
left time to go to work at Sitel.
Okay.
So when I first got the job at Sitel, I went back to time and said, hey, I got another job at Sitel. Can I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 to 10? Fine, Daryl, no problem. We'll let you do that, no problem. I worked a couple of weeks. The manager comes back 3 weeks later. Well, I know people have been talking to you, so, you got to make a choice. You can't do both. And the first lie she said was the contract. I said, wait a minute. Time is dealing with magazines. Sitel is dealing with auto warranties. Where's the conflict? Well, people now they're getting curious because Sitel was an upstart center when they moved
Brand
here.
new, yeah.
So everybody was, trying to, hey, what's going on? So, I'm getting a lot of that while I'm at work. Well, maybe, you can influence, we can lose people. So the lady told me, she said, I never forget it was a Tuesday. She said, listen, I'm going to let you go home today and pay you for the day. Come back tomorrow and let me know what you're going to do.
They had a no-compete clause that
But no, it's not no compete clause. Just that
It sounds like
back in the
when
mid '90s, there were several call centers across the Bay. There were call centers
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, still
so
are.
that was the new thing. So it was like Sitel is coming, and it's got the new pretty building at Net Park because East Lake had closed. So this is like Net Park coming back. So if you grew up in the city, you knew okay, this is Net Park. So they got the call centers and Sitel was first ones to come
That's
in
right.
there.
That's
so.
right.
It's like, oh, man, they hiring. So it's like, where they start out at? So it's just
people
everybody
were leaving en masse.
People moving around because here comes Sitel. So here it is now. And I was, if you thought I was the mayor at Sitel, I was the governor at the time.
I don't doubt that.
So I did what I wanted to at times. So it was like,
you weren't doing anything when I saw you.
yeah, when you walked in, I was walking around when you walked in that day.
Yeah. This is the guy talking about work ethic and being on time.
They were like, how did you get in here? I'm like, I got in here.
My work is here.
Because you're supposed to drop off your stuff at the door. And somehow you got in.
You know how I got in?
How?
Maybe I was supposed to make the delivery at the door.
Yeah.
Somebody wasn't there, probably Waldo.
But you had to have a badge to get in. You had the badge to get in.
Well, I got past. I don't know. I just walked.
Yeah.
I didn't break in. I didn't break in. That's
How
how
you didn't break in. So long story short, went home that night, And I just said, man, I really don't know what I'm going to do because here it is. I didn't want to leave time and then Sitel, you don't know because so much uncertainty. I ain't been there 3 weeks.
Yep.
So I just went home that night.
Isn't it funny how things like if you didn't make that decision, I wouldn't be sitting. You wouldn't.
Exactly.
You may not be sitting here.
Exactly. So I went in there. And I told her so funny, and I hate to use this, but I got to tell her. I mean, when I walked in, the lady was sitting at her desk, real arrogant, real pompous. Well, you decided what you're going to do? I said, yes, ma'am. I said, y'all can have this shit. And I gave up my badge.
But he did it on time, Waldo.
Yeah.
He was there.
She told me to be there at 6 o'clock. I met her right there at 6 o'clock. Sat outside for a minute, gathered my thoughts, and it was like, I wanted to have a sit-down conversation with her. Huh?
What year was this?
99.
Oh, I know why you wouldn't worry about it, but go ahead.
What drove me to just take that approach was just her arrogance.
Yeah.
Like, I know, did you quit Sitel? I want to come back out, like, I said, man, you can have this shit.
Yeah.
Gave her the badge.
Your pride wasn't going to let that happen.
But it was just like, and that showed me there was no value because I'm still
loyalty,
coming to work.
No value in loyalty.
And that's something I want to get into, loyalty within the workplace.
Yeah.
Do you feel, from where we were 25 years ago when we first met, how do you feel the loyalty pendulum has swung? Is it more pro-employee or just, I know what you're trying to get it to as far as building relationship employee-employer, but how do you feel it is on a whole? Take you out the equation.
Well, I'll start with me actually, because when I was in corporate America, I was as loyal as the best paycheck. I mean, I'm keeping it real. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, sure. So if I'm in a job and I get this great offer to go do something else with more money, right? What'd you say?
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, but so here's the thing.
I'm leaving the day today, my last day, guys.
I'm in a job. I get this new job offer. It's going to pay me a lot more money. Of course, I'm going to weigh, like, is the extra money worth the stress it's going to come with? Maybe the toxicity it's going to come with. Like, there's all these trade-offs. But I'm listening to every single phone call. And if the number's right, I'm going to keep talking, right? I think I don't think so. I think loyalty to the company. If people are really honest with themselves, there is none, because
I agree.
I mean, if there's a better opportunity,
if someone calls and tells you we'll pay you more money than what you're making, and you're doing the same exact job, and you don't listen to that offer, you're doing yourself a disservice.
You are doing yourself a disservice. Right. But that's why I think connecting with people at the job that you're in matters a lot, because if you're making $20 an hour and someone offers you 21, but you love the team you're with, you're probably gonna stay.
Right.
You're not. If somebody offers you 40, you're probably going.
I'm gonna bring that up to you though.
What you mean?
They offer me $21. Is there any way you can increase this pay?
And you know what? And it's back to the conversation we had earlier. If I agree with you and I can, no questions asked. Of course. If I agree with you and I can't, I'm going to tell you I can't. And you should probably go, man. You should probably go.
I mean, that's fair. Like you said,
I want you to get more money.
I want you to have a good
Matter
time.
of fact, leave. Make sure you leave on time.
I can already tell you.
I think there's respect in that. There's respect in that. It's like, I'm just keeping it real with you. I don't have that money. If you want that extra buck, go, man.
Man, if Waldo quit, he come there late every day for them 2 weeks. He resigned. $750.
He's already a lot later than 705.
Waffle House in here.
But how do you all judge? I'm not gonna say credibility or honesty. How do you judge whether a person says, "Hey, listen, I need this. Hey, I got this offer"? Do they show you an offer? Do y'all show offer sheets and stuff like that?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Like I said, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've had that happen to me.
I haven't had an offer sheet. They do offer sheets, but my offer was in the office talking to one of the higher managers. It was just like a verbal agreement.
But see, I've never had a relationship with somebody where I'm comfortable talking to them like that. Because I feel if you open that, now that was something you got hired, promoted, but going to my supervisor, I say, well, hey, they're offering me this. I think that'll put me on the fast track to get terminated.
Kyle's conversation.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, because, Florida is right to terminate state.
Right to work.
Right to work. Well, they can terminate you for same thing. They can terminate you too. Well, we come to get your stuff because they feel as if, hey, he may dip out on us. We got to protect ourselves.
I'm not, dude. That's probably more often than I'm sure that's
what I'm saying. So,
I just don't agree with it.
I mean, I don't either, but that's what I'm saying. So how do you?
It doesn't have to be that way.
Because the company is going to protect. They're going to do what's best for the company.
But how are
And
they
it's
protecting
supposed
the
to.
company though?
Well, if they can bring
even
somebody else in.
So either way, if they lose you, they're gonna lose you. But they fire you, you're guaranteed to lose you. So it doesn't make sense for the company. Like
Absolutely.
I was a barber for a long period
Right.
of time, and it is very common practice for a barber to say he wants to put in 2 weeks, he's fired.
Yeah,
Same
they
day.
let them go
There's
right
no,
there.
there's no in between. So
Which I think is wrong because if the man
No.
came at you,
Well, sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off,
you
but
good.
I think there is an element that's like, I don't want you here telling my clients
that you're leaving.
I don't want you stealing my money. I mean,
Right.
I see
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
but
I see that.
So it's not really your clients. Those are people that come in the barber. So as a barber, you have your clientele.
right.
They're gonna follow you no matter what, right?
That come in the shop
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
But you don't
Those
exist
are the
without
people that are going to
shop.
leave when you leave. It doesn't matter if you're
Right.
fired. Nobody tells them where you are.
Yeah.
They'll find you.
Yeah.
They'll
Right.
figure out a way to find you. They will have conversations with other barbers in the shop.
But but what's interesting is
Social media makes it different too.
Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure. But dude, I've been getting my hair cut at Great Clips forever.
I never would have figured you.
Shout out my great clips.
I never would have figured you was a great clips guy.
I get that a lot.
How
That's why I
long-
smile when I say it.
How long you been there? How long you been a Great Clips customer?
Forever. He just
This for a long time. And the time that I was not a Great Clips customer, you know why I was not?
Why?
Because the lady that cut my hair told me she was going to a different place, so I followed her.
That's fair. Okay.
To your point,
Right.
So I think the scenario you describe, I think it kind of makes sense. But if I'm the owner of a Great Clips, and I got a stylist, a haircut, or whatever, she's leaving because she's going down to Supercuts, I don't want her there because I don't want her telling people.
Yeah. So
but that scenario is a little different. What
yeah.
you're
So
saying.
Great Clips and our barbershop is a little different because it's not a commission shop.
Yeah.
So you're paying
Totally
for your
different.
space and you're an
You're renting
independent
it.
contractor.
Right on. Yep.
So
So they're only there because of you. So of
Yes.
course they're going to go with
Right.
you.
yes. So it doesn't make sense to, hey man, I'm
doesn't.
probably gonna be going in 2 weeks, man. I just want to give you a notice. You can leave right now. All right.
That's ego.
But that's a different dynamic than just I guess a different kind of business because everybody's plug and play. It's kind of like
Yeah.
I got
But why?
I got Drew Bledsoe and he gets hurt.
Okay, but
Next guy up.
but
The
even
next
that
guy's
though.
not Tom Brady though.
But okay, but let's say this. Though, but
Next
why
guy
would
is
you
not
be, but
always
why
Tom
would you
Brady.
be
He's a
mad?
quarterback, though.
But why would you be mad if Waldo went to better himself? If his opportunity
No, it's
is
not
better.
about being mad.
But it's
That's
but
really what it is if you get
that's
fired.
what it is.
Like
If I'm letting you go right then,
you come to me and say, hey man, I appreciate the opportunity, man. 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna leave. You don't gotta wait 2 weeks, bro. Go and get your stuff.
You gonna
and
get your
up
stuff
out of
now.
here.
That-
I think
that's-
if there's no
Exactly.
threat to the company,
Exactly.
if there's no threat to the company, including like taking my employees with you, or you can't do harm. Like I have no problem. Just work it out, man.
Right, but
So
even
I
that,
think
though-
the bigger threat to the company is firing the person and not letting them work there 2 weeks.
Right.
Other people see this.
right.
I think
Now when they leave, they're not telling you.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
out. Now you
Yeah.
have a void
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
business.
Right,
Yeah.
and then I
Well,
may
yeah,
not
that's
pay.
that's
I may
arrogance.
not. I may
That's
not pay
ego.
you booth rent. I may just haul ass Friday. Friday be my last day.
Yeah.
and I don't pay you.
I think
what
if
you
you're
gonna do then?
But you're talking about a barbershop versus I'm thinking about like something that moves like a machine. Although
Yeah,
a barbershop
right,
may, but
right.
like a machine is you're a spoke. And I probably should. Well, maybe the military has me that thinks this way, and UPS because they're about the same to a degree. You're a spoke. If you get bent and you have to go, you get bent. You have to go. I just go to the drawer, grab me a spoke, and stick it back in.
Right.
Let's go to work, guys.
But
That's
piggybacking
how a lot
on
of
what
people
Kyle,
feel.
but piggyback on what Kyle said, Waldo's impact on the shop was a void that was never filled. So when you let Waldo, to me,
What did they do to keep you?
I actually got fired. That wasn't even.
he got fired, but it was always a
late.
sense of where. let me
And
say
that's
this
the
for
thing.
you.
I was never late on my appointments.
Right. And one thing I know about you, you're big on energy. Waldo was the energy guy at the barbershop. So you would have guys that would come in. I know I'm one of them. Waldo would cut my hair, and I might come in there a couple of days, just hang out.
Yeah.
Because we're going to cut up and we're going to clown. You had other clients
Yeah.
that had other guys that cut their hair, but Waldo was their guy. So when, and I always try to tell people, like, when you
Shots
don't
out of
have,
business now.
You're
right. But when you don't have like
Shop's out of business now, guys.
when you're not the man,
Yeah.
and you see someone else in that light,
Went to the Bucks and won
it's
championship.
always gonna be a sense of
rub.
right. And even like for example, even like with your crew that you run with. You still Kyle to them. It's still Kyle, but there's
100%.
somebody in that circle like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's always been that. He's always been that dude.
Yeah.
But you don't do nothing extra. You just Kyle.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, everybody's not for everybody.
Thank you. But Waldo don't have to go in. Oh, I'm that dude. Waldo's just Waldo. Like, that's the barbershop I want to go to.
Yeah.
Because I know we can get in here and laugh. We're going to talk some junk. And he made it fun.
Okay.
I don't spend hours at cut. I mean, I done got to cut in like waiting like 8:50. Like, man, where you at? I'm pulling up a bit. I'll be there in a bit. Okay. And we go sit there and clown about 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Go grab something to eat. We doing all that. Like I work
It's a good
there.
day.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you're on the clock.
And that's what I'm saying. So I get back to that where when people build good relationships and they feel your energy, that's a void. When he left,
It's a big loss.
the shop died.
Yeah.
I don't
they're
care
out
what
of
nobody
business
say.
now.
The shop died.
It started with you. It started with you leaving.
But egos and pride
Do wrong by
could
me.
have kept him there. But once again, your
Oh,
ego
that's
could
why
in your
you left.
mind. Because in your mind, the shop will go on without him.
Well, that's different though. That's
And
different.
that's not the case because now you're losing
But
a
I'm-
good
I
amount
was
of your
speaking
clientele.
I was speaking on several other instances in that same shop, though.
Right, that's
So
what I'm
it
saying.
was-
so
it was-
So you and
three-
Michael near the Jacksons.
Waldo was that guy. I mean, Waldo was that dude. I mean, you want Mick Jagger, however you want to cut it. He was that dude.
He was the guy.
He was the guy. I mean, that's what you came in when
Well-
you walked in. He's right there on the right. Waldo. He was that dude.
Well, the way you described that, I can kind of understand why someone said you could leave now. Because if you are the guy,
But it wasn't. It wasn't
already
me though.
know-
It
I
wasn't
already
me.
know you're the guy.
It was
Yeah.
other. It was other barbers that were there. So one guy was opening up his own shop.
Right.
So he was opening up his own shop, and he got fired, which I kind of understand. He's opening up another barber shop, which I kind of understand that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he wasn't doing it like
Creep.
yeah, he wasn't trying to take
wasn't stealing
customers. He
people.
wasn't. No, he
Yeah,
was. He was
I'm
just.
over here, man. Come
opening up,
shop
and it's
with
on
me.
the other side of town. Like
Yeah.
it's the people that were in our demographic, our area.
Yeah.
Majority of them weren't going all the way across the town,
Right.
across the other side of town anyway.
okay, so
but
everyone go.
him, and then there was another guy who gave a resignation letter. He typed up a letter. I've never seen this in the barbershop, and he got fired.
Wow.
He handed him the letter. He balled it up. What you giving me this for? He balled it up, threw it in the garbage, and you go.
Well, what was
That's
the
ego.
establishment prior to you all getting there? Because the one I'm thinking about is Charles at CNC.
Shout out to
Barbershop.
Mr. Charles. He is my-
great dude.
He's my barber instructor.
Okay, Charles Harris, great guy. Leonard Johnson played for the Bucks' father.
Okay.
So and I shot him out because he's responsible for allowing Squid to grow into what he did. But
Oh, that's cool.
I know Gary Patterson. I don't know what Kenny's last name is. Who had pro player shop off of Drew. I want to say Hassani got his own shop, and Terrence. So I know 4 guys. But with Charles, I learned from watching him is, and even 7-footer has a shop out in some other like, not Dade City, like Spring Hill. Spring Hill, right?
No, he lives in Spring Hill. It's in either Newport Richie or like
Right.
Holiday.
It's Newport Richie. But what Charles did was he helped
Shout out to
everybody.
Chris.
Chris. Yeah, everybody. See, 7-footer. Yeah, everybody that, and he is 7 feet. But everybody that,
He's 6'10".
okay, but everybody that tried
Shout out
to go
to
do something
Chris.
else, Charles helped him.
But Charles
Yeah.
looked at the bigger picture. You want your own. You want to run your own business. What's
Right.
wrong with that?
No, nothing. But that's what I'm saying. The model for what you're telling me is not the model.
Because
not.
once again, it goes
I want
back
you
to
here, and I want my
you
foot on your
here,
neck.
I want my foot on your neck. I want you to give me a certain amount of money each
Yeah.
week and do as I say. And that's not, you can't deal with grown, especially independent. You can't have an independent contract like that.
Right.
You cannot, like I say, and to me, it's just certain things that, and I go back to what you talk about, building relationships with people. Very important. It's critical.
Yeah, so since you said building relationships, I want to shout out Will Fadeology.
Yeah.
Shout out to Will.
Who's Will?
He's the guy
the guy
that
that got
was
his
opening
own
the
shop.
barbershop and
Oh,
was
okay.
told to leave.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I went over to visit him. He had a female barber in there. And I told him I was going to smash the female barber, and now we're married. Shout out to Will.
Right? True
That's-
story.
that's-
True
that's-
story,
I'm
yeah.
Right
definitely
on, man.
That's
I'm
a baby
not
mama.
clapping.
Y'all still go
I'm
together,
not.
right?
We still go together.
Yeah, that's good
Yes.
stuff, man.
Still
So
go
together.
together.
They married and they go together.
That's convenient. That's convenient how that works. Yeah.
And that's what I go. But even like with you at Sitel,
Yeah, buddy.
you had great energy about you, but you always kept it business. You know what I mean? Nobody really got to see you out of character. I hung out with you, so I get you cut up a little bit, but you always kept it where, conservative, real laid back.
I don't. That's something I think about a lot, actually, because I did the last 5 years of my career. I was not that way. I was much more, and it was. I think this is a commentary here. The first 22 years of my career, I've stayed in touch with, off the top of my head, one person. The last 6 or 8 years, a dozen or more.
Right.
So and that's part of that apathy I talked about, and like becoming like just disconnected from the whole thing.
Right.
I think a lesson for me there was you missed out on some connections and some relationships.
Right.
And building relationships probably
Yeah.
within the organization will also make the relationship stronger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If I care more about you than the results that you can give me, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get the results.
You're going to get the results. Yeah.
That's good. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. And you respect me in the
right.
process, and I respect you in the process. I mean, that's
a lost art. Like I said, sometimes when you are in.
why I'm doing it. You
Right.
started this conversation. This part of the conversation
No, it's
about
cool.
why.
Like I said,
why.
we did no commercial. We're going to do that later on. We commercial free, so we run tonight. But when you
Go.
when you're in that corporate structure,
Yes, sir.
it's always about the number.
Yeah.
You got to produce, and I think the thing with that is that you'll have people, like I've seen people go to work dealing with different things, and I don't care. Go ahead, got to work.
Yeah.
I don't care what's going on. Your car's in the shop. I don't care. My son's sick. I don't care. Go to work. Clock in. Let's go to work.
Yeah. It's and I am. The numbers are the numbers. They have to, we're in business for a reason.
You got to produce. I get it. I get it.
But I believe how you get the numbers matters a lot. But it also, like I said earlier, man, if somebody's not getting the numbers, you agreed to this role. You signed up for this. And if you can't do it, I got to find somebody that can. I don't mean to be cold about it, but
Is it awkward for you to let somebody go?
no.
It's not.
You can tell that anyway.
No. He said that quick. No.
But here's what, because
Breach
Go
of
ahead.
contract.
Yeah.
there's anyone, and I fired a lot of people.
Just throwing it out there.
I can tell. If I
Nobody's
work for you, I'll be on
surprised.
time.
Nobody.
So they already, the writing's on the wall. They're not calling. Man, what you?
It ain't on the
why?
wall. It ain't on the wall. You've heard it from me.
Okay.
It's like, Daryl, we got to have a talk, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's multiple steps. Like, I'm going to do everything. It's on me. I'm going to do everything I can
To keep you
get
employed.
So
Yes,
there's progressive.
everything I can.
You have progressive discipline.
Of course.
But I was going to say something as you all were talking. Part of the numerical equation does not include sympathy and empathy. Generally speaking, it just doesn't include it.
No, it's nowhere.
It's nowhere.
Yeah, they get you. They get you on that verbal, that written.
I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe it is the boss's job to do two things. And job one is to remove all the barriers that stand in the way of you being your best. For example, if you are not needed between 7 and 7:30, but your shift is at 7, come at 7:15. I don't care, because we know the business starts at 7:30, and if it's a barrier for you to be there at 7, or if coming at 7:30 is your issue, like you'd rather be there at 7:30 than 7, I got no problem with that, because it doesn't hurt our business. It's my job. If you need to flex the schedule, and I can accommodate that. Whatever the scenario is, if you have to do too many keystrokes on something, and I have a way to make that fewer keystrokes, it's my job to get all that shit out of the way. It's my job. And then my second part of my job is to motivate and inspire you and help you in spite of those things that are still in the way.
I like that.
It's still in the way.
Okay. I can respect that. That's
But
fair.
you got to
I like
meet me
that.
halfway.
I get that,
Yeah.
but like I said, but meeting you halfway is the first thing. I got to be there.
Hey, Kyle,
That's
what's
right.
up with John?
Got to be there.
That's right.
You got to be there.
And that's what. And
Going on the
usually,
job, okay.
when I've had to be involved in letting somebody go, I sincerely say this to myself. I got to look in the mirror and be careful and be okay with making this decision. I'm not and to do, for me personally, to do that, you have gone through a bunch of conversations. It ain't no surprise. We knew if we got to this point, or we didn't get to this point, whatever the metric
We
is,
knew it was coming.
We knew it was coming.
So, got to ask you that, 'cause, I like to laugh at certain things.
Well, before you ask that, I don't have that ability to motivate people to be better. And I don't have employees. I'm their employee. But what I do, when he said you have to motivate them to want to do better. And that's an interesting thing. How do you motivate people who are spending
It's a
money?
skill.
It's
It's
a
an
skill.
art.
I think something too is that leading by example, just like you said with your principles.
Principles, yeah.
If I'm in here doing this, you should be able to do it too. Because if you see me doing it, I'm setting the
Yeah,
example.
but
I
it's
can't.
flipped around. I'm the one that can do this, but I'm talking with guys who come to me. I was like, I'm trying to say, how do I motivate you to want to spend the time?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
You
so
can't,
so with them for your services, they have to want your service.
Yeah, they gotta want your shirt, or they
You're not
gotta,
gonna be able to-
or
you're not gonna be
they
able to,
gotta
like-
gotta have that heat on their ass, to avoid going to jail. So
Even
then they
even
get hurt
then,
up off
they
it. Then they
still-
move with urgency.
But even then, still then, you have people that don't call you, right?
Right.
Like, so it's
It
even
doesn't bother me. It doesn't
Nah,
bother me.
it don't. But I mean, at the same time, though, like, it's really nothing you can do to motivate them to.
You can't push unless
Yeah.
you had testimonies where people see it. Like I told you, we live in a visual
He
world.
has testimonies.
I
We've had
understand.
testimonies on the show.
Right, it came on the show, but I think sometimes it's that people, like Kyle said earlier, you don't believe it. You got to.
I
gotta see it.
didn't tell that guy
You
what
gotta
that
see it.
job was with that job.
You know that
Kyle.
sound good.
What's up with
Yeah,
that
with that
job,
job.
Kyle, man? I'm
Yeah.
trying to doing the job, man.
I need
That's
that
true.
job, but like you said, but now
He said it.
I was going to ask you, did you ever laugh? Not to say, did somebody ever like curse you out when they got fired? Like,
Oh man,
went off?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've had
call
all
security.
kinds
Like,
of- oh yeah,
for real?
yeah,
Hey, you can
Okay.
tell when Kyle delivers his
Yeah.
wake.
yeah.
Hey, listen. Hey, you're not gone yet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we had a conversation.
one story.
Yeah,
I used to work at a place called WellCare. It was
Yeah, I remember right on water.
Yeah.
we had to let someone go once, and she
She.
stood up and she started running up and down through the call center screaming, just screaming all kinds of nasty stuff. And I just, in my own kind of DOS-like way, actually, I just kind of followed her. I didn't bark at her. I didn't yell at her. I just followed her. Okay, I'm all right. Just listening to her yell and all this shit. And finally she says, I guess because everyone else was like raising their voice and like all animated, I was just like, you ready to talk now? You ready to talk now? She was like, okay, I'll talk to you. I ain't talking to anybody else here. And it's because everybody else was treating her like an animal. She was behaving like an animal.
Right.
Which didn't help the situation, but the temperature on top of temperature is not going to bring it down.
Right.
So she showed
I like
out
that.
for
I'm gonna use that. I'm
I was already. You said it.
She
So-
showed out for sure. Yeah, yeah. I've been. Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, we had somebody show out at Sitel like that. We had two instances.
Hit me.
Philip Austin, no longer here. Rest in peace, Philip Austin. He got fired, and he went up under the chair.
Stop. I don't
He
remember
got
him
up
at
under
all.
the chair. Steve Johnson was the supervisor.
Oh yeah, he reported to me for a little
Okay.
while. Yeah.
Steve went to call it, hey, we gotta let you go. And he got up under the chair.
Steve watched him going to the chair.
He got up under the desk. He was not.
He wasn't hiding from him. He was
He
getting away
wasn't
from
hiding.
him.
I'm not. Yeah, I ain't
Steve
leaving.
watched him do it.
Yeah. And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. Like, this shit was crazy. Then there was a guy, and this is the funniest one. If at Sitel, you had never been inside, but Kyle remember, they had two entrances in. The first entrance was where the employees can go clock in. Then the second one was like HR was to the right, like they had the security right there.
Yeah.
So when you take that walk, you cut that corner. And you were the supervisor, you kind of, okay, this is it. They finna get rid of him.
Yeah, you know.
Man, they fired this dude. He came out screaming, I got fired.
What good did
I'm
that
over
do, right?
on the other side of the building, and I'm talking about, I look, and I'm talking about, he just running, I got fired.
Yeah.
Boy, you talk about screaming, hollering. That was the funniest thing. Them two things right there. Philip Austin,
Gosh, your memory.
he's up under that chair. He would not leave.
Oh, you remember when Indianapolis got fired from the barbershop?
Mike, I heard about it. They might ready to fight, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Mike
said
ready
the
to
B
fight.
word probably 106 times within probably a 3-minute time frame.
And then Waldo, so said he probably just cut heads like, damn, they tripping.
Yeah.
I heard because he
wildin'.
ain't getting none of they like, yeah, they tripping. Mike, you all right? But that's why I say you got to be real careful because we live in times today where you got to be real careful because you just don't know. You never know what people got going on.
You cannot. That's
you can't assume nothing. It's like and especially if you're in that crunch, that tight, you need their job because it takes you to a different place.
Especially now that we're not an open carry state, but now you're you can carry state. Yeah. You never know what.
I think
every place can be.
That's why it's important to have a relationship and be connected.
Begin with we.
But like you say, but I can't. But your character and your demeanor, I can't see.
We don't want to kill
somebody being mad with you. They may be mad with the situation.
Oh, it happens.
I can see him being mad with Kyle because he's just like
Kyle just said he'll fire you.
No, leadership requires getting to the point,
right?
And really, I can't. It takes me 3 minutes to let you get to the door. It doesn't. I don't need to use 30 to do it,
right?
Because I've already used the progression.
That's right. I mean, I pride myself on being pretty direct, but I also pride myself on being very fair. Very fair.
I hope you don't talk too much. That damn shit, I want to kill him. I'll be right back.
You ready to talk shit? You ready? I'll let you run around. You ready to talk? Yeah. I can't even come back. I'll be like,
are you tired?
No, I won't.
And then she looked confused. She's like, you're the only one I'll talk to. Yeah.
So did you call security to get her? Or
they were following me. Yeah.
Ooh. See, that's why I say that just be.
And actually, the HR dude that worked at the time. Wow, this is a full circle moment. The HR dude at the time was terrified so much so that he let me chase her, and he stayed 10, 12 feet back. That guy reached out to me on LinkedIn maybe 6 months ago, and I delivered a speech to his company. And that was back in 90.
Wow.
That was,
But how you gonna do security and you scared? They don't even go together.
Yeah.
He wants security. He was HR.
He was HR.
Oh, HR. Yeah.
He was HR.
But security, they didn't try to. Hey, let's get this together.
I mean, I just.
Kyle had it under control.
He said,
I guess so.
He said, you ready to talk? You ready to talk now?
I guess so.
You ready to talk?
No,
now?
man.
Okay.
I just believe in setting expectations. If you don't hit the expectations, we're gonna have conversations. It's a two-way street. I owe part of that. I'm not just expecting you to do it on your own. I got to help you. I want to help you.
So as you finish the book, and I got all my stuff. I got my pages.
Yeah, man.
And you reached out to different people along your journey.
Oh yeah.
Did anybody give you any kind of when you gave the thought, okay, I'm gonna do a book? Did you get any resistance? Man, what are you doing?
Oh sure. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. I remember a guy.
Were you already public speaking at the time?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
No, not really. I mean, I'd spoken in front of the teams that I'd led.
Well, that's a few hundred people at that.
A few thousand.
Oh.
Up to 15 at one point, 15,000.
Wow.
You were doing public speaking.
Yeah, that's public speaking.
Yeah, it's a little different though. They have to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a guy vividly who was a good friend of mine. I won't say his name.
Okay.
I told him, and he literally said, "Who's going to read a book by you?"
Did you follow up with him bestseller, bro?
No.
You just let him have it?
I'm sure he knows.
I questioned it too. I questioned it too.
Who's going to read a book by you, bro?
Who's going to? Yeah. Listen, man. I don't know about y'all, but
I don't see that in you, Kyle. I have something to say.
My wife says that.
I've had something to say. I've done this.
Yeah.
And I want to offer it for everybody else.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that it's well articulated, so I don't see how that. Plus, you're confident, so I can see the guy who said who would read a book by you is a person who doesn't have that confidence.
And then I don't want to see you win.
His statement really was, if I wrote a book, nobody would read it.
That's what it was.
That's what his statement should have.
Which is not that's not an unfair thing to say. Like most books, most authors. Listen, man. When I wrote this book, I told my wife I would be over the moon ecstatic if I sold 1,000 copies. I thought by the time all my friends, former employees, all this exhausted, 1,000's probably the ceiling, and we just crossed 10,000 units sold.
Oh man!
And
shout out to Kyle.
But thank y'all, thank you. But I know there's so much more to do. Right? This 10,000 is it's not enough. But what I was going to say a moment ago is, you familiar with imposter syndrome?
Yes.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
I struggle with it every week, sometimes every day.
Well, I'm not familiar with it, so I'm not.
It's.
You feel like you're not supposed to be where you are.
Am I good enough for this? Should
I be in this place? Right?
Yeah.
How'd I get here?
Yeah.
Like I don't like. Sometimes it's like
a feeling of you don't belong where
you don't belong. That's perfect.
Yeah, they're gonna catch me one of these days.
Yeah.
They're gonna find out that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
It's gonna catch up.
the jig is up.
Yeah. And I feel that all the time. And I think anyone that, especially in a leadership position, that says they don't feel that way, they're lying. They're full of shit.
But you got to have you have an aura about you where you believe in yourself to even take those steps.
I've never seen. I never even. That's why I thought he could play out there. Was I said he throws the ball. He's reckless with that motherfucker, but he throws it. Well, I'm saying reckless because he doesn't. He never. You were in charge of your team's offense,
Yeah,
right? See,
right.
that wasn't going to be the case.
Yeah.
I could have talked to him and say, "Listen, this is our concepts."
Yeah.
And then, okay, who do you think has a better arm, Kyle or Vec?
Probably Kyle.
Without a doubt. And guess what I could have done with Vec?
Oh, much more.
He becomes a wide receiver again. So then we got 4 cats that you couldn't cover the 4 we had anyway.
But I wouldn't have tried to.
It took me a while to learn how to play that game. It took me a while to learn how to play that game.
But contact is actually more like regular football because
I wouldn't know.
Kai never
I wouldn't know. Never got a shot. No one ever asked me to play.
You play a little baseball, right? You play a little baseball,
He
right?
wouldn't allow
I played
you.
1 year baseball and I was terrible.
Little league or high school?
American Legion in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say you were terrible?
I pitched for a minute, but I never grew up playing it, so I didn't know. I didn't even know how to. I didn't know what the stretch was. I didn't know that.
You had to just throwing.
I could just throw hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
he could never do that.
That's the way you got too.
Dan far.
But not compared to a lot of people though.
So we finna let you get out of here, man. Any shout outs you want to give, man, to
Gonna give him
again
rapid
with
fire?
we. Yeah, we definitely gonna do rapid fire. I got some stuff for him. Don't worry about that. We're gonna do rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Right on.
Yeah, we're gonna cut up with you.
No, man, it's really good to see you. I wasn't bullshitting. I've been looking forward to this.
Now, I knew you was coming. Like I said, just imagine just putting the schedules together.
Yeah, Doss, I was telling Daryl, I've probably done 70, been a guest on 70 different podcasts, and most of them are they're not conversations like this.
Right.
So I've been looking forward to that, and I also said, you're never going to escape me. Somehow we'll go years without seeing each other.
Yeah, probably know too much about each other. Yeah.
But even that, like I say, but it's like, and that's what I love. Like you say with we,
You know where the skeleton's buried at.
It's us. So it's not a matter of me. It's us. We are a collective unit. So every person brings their qualities that make the show pop.
You just
And by the
described the
way,
team.
hey, what's up with
Begin with
the job.
Hey, congratulations. Hey, but
with
Brian
the
just
job,
said what's up to tell you what's up.
Did he really?
He's watching right now.
Shout out to Brian, my man.
Shout out to Brian.
Oh, that's cool.
Brian, you still need that job, man. Holla at Kyle, bro.
I wonder.
Holla at Kyle. You still need that
I wonder
job,
if
bro.
his number's even in my file because we used to text for a minute, but I bet
I'll send it over
I bet
to
he
you,
doesn't
man.
remember that conversation, but I do. And
He's watching now. Ask him. And Brian, when you're watching, Kyle said, "Do you remember the conversation about
getting hooked up with the job?"
But it was up with the
Kyle
job.
was over
Those
the
are
job.
that job, man.
the job.
But Daryl, you just described a high functioning team.
Yeah.
Everybody has. I'm good. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at, and hopefully I got somebody on my team that's good at what I'm not good at, and we augment each other's skills. But
Hey, hold on, but JT, do we have a couple of minutes? Can you list? I know I'm going to read the book. Can't speak for everybody in the room, but can you list the 10
Bro, stop
principles?
trying me. I can read, bro. That's the second time you done said
I
that,
don't
man.
know if you
Ain't
can
no
read,
criminal.
you
I
can
can't read,
You
bro.
can count, but I don't know
I can
about your
read
reading.
and
What's the
count. I went to
concept?
school
A
during the
hit
day, man.
dog will holler. I said I can't speak for everybody. I can't speak for everybody. That's all I said.
you mean to run through them?
Yeah.
Run through it, because
And when
And thanks for putting that up for us, Torres.
don't worry about it.
that's
It might be an
okay, man.
altercation after the show. Don't be alarmed. Me and Doc do this all the time. I might put them in the camera clips.
I like
Oh,
it.
and you know what? I'm glad it's on audio book
Yeah,
because I was going to ask you about it. Did you do the voiceover?
I did. Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
Look at Kyle. Look at Kyle doing the voiceover. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, everybody out there. Hey, by the way, if you buy Kyle's book, I take off 25% of any service. And that's way more.
Oh, wow. Thank you, man.
Man, listen, dude.
Thank you.
Anybody who builds, and I appreciate it, and I got my signed copy, and so that way I ain't worth you taking
Yes,
it, Daryl. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to this.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
okay.
That's very kind.
I got my signed copy. Like, okay, y'all is gonna get signed copies. I mean, that's fine,
Is
dog.
yours signed yet?
It will be. Don't worry about it. I can take yours. I mean, what are you talking about?
My name is in mine.
Good. I can cross it out. I mean, what are you talking about?
Now that's the guy inside Taylor. That's the guy I know. That's the guy that assaults professors.
Go ahead, man. Don't start. Pull them up on Torres. Pull the principles up so we can take a
Let me
look
run
at
through
them.
them. I can do it.
Go ahead, run through them.
It's his book. Hey, don't be like what was his name?
Oh, Nick.
Don't be like Nick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if he knows these. Bitch, he don't know him. $10, he don't know him.
This is a good story about Nick in the book too. The guy had a $10 million mistake. He made a $10 million mistake and didn't get fired. He thought he was going to get fired.
Whoa.
He didn't work for me.
He learned from it. He learned from it. It was.
Well, go and call him out. What's your first
So
one?
I'll run through them real quickly, and I would just encourage people as I run through them to remember two things. Number one, well, let me tell a really quick story if I may. I gave a talk at Audi, the auto manufacturer.
Okay.
At the end of the talk, this big old dude, 6 foot plus, former Division I football player, jacked, stands up in front of 70 or so other leaders and says, if you guys will, he said, if you give this book a chance, you might see some change. This book has changed how I raise my children.
Wow.
I teared up.
Okay.
In front of all these people, I teared up. And then he got a little salty-eyed. And I share that story to point out, as I run through these, don't look at them just from a business perspective. These principles are how I live my life now.
Okay.
And it's changed how I live my life.
Okay, that's
For
fair.
real.
That's
For real.
that's
For real.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And the second one is they're so simple, but simple is not easy, especially in a corporate environment, especially when you got a bunch of people that are there for different reasons and all the things we discussed tonight. And they build upon one another. So the very first one, this fundamental foundation for everything we do, it's we do the right thing always.
Right.
I always include that one word sentence always afterwards. And if I'm going to be an effective leader, for me, the best way that I can do the right thing every single day is to lead by example.
Okay.
So number two is we lead by example. Listen, it's a cliche. You're already leading by example. The question is, are you leading by an example?
A good example.
Right.
Good people replicate.
Are
Yeah.
you leading by something that you want people to follow?
Yeah, if it was on the company, if your mother saw you behave this way, if it was in the company newsletter, right? That's how I think about it.
Yeah, she follows me on Facebook. She's not proud.
Right up. My mom saw me handle somebody, My mom's been gone for 12 years. If she saw me
Condolences.
disrespect somebody, that's the filter I use. I'm going to lead by example. If I want to lead by example, I think the number one way to do it inside of a team, especially corporate America or team in any team, is we say what we're going to do and then we do it. When I make a commitment to you, I'm going to come through. And if I don't come through, you're going to know well in advance. No surprises, right?
Right.
Say what we're going to do, then we do it. And that requires me to roll into are we on 4 now?
Yeah,
we
number
take
4.
action. We take action. Taking action and making a mistake is okay. Being idle is not. So we're going to do something. We're not going to look around, hey, man, we've had that problem over there for a month and no, that's not this team. We're not going to be mediocre. We're going to take action.
Okay.
But if you want,
could have got that from you.
right on. But if you want to take action, if you want people to take action, you got to have we number 5, and that's we own our mistakes.
That's definitely
That's accountable. Yeah.
That's
Accountability.
We talk about that
Gotta own
We
it.
talk probably every day, probably a couple times a day, and that's one thing that Heavy is big on is
Accountability.
Yeah, you got it. But no one's going to raise their hand to say they made a mistake unless they know they're not going to get beaten over the head with it, right? So they got to know, if you made a mistake and you come to me and talk about it and I don't find it on my own, that's different. I don't judge people by mistakes. I judge them by how quickly they remedy them.
right.
And respond
That's
when they
good.
do
Right.
make a mistake.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I get that.
Where we at? 6. Oh, and again, they build on top of each other. So when people own their mistakes, what do we got to do?
Pick them up.
We got to pick them up.
Yeah.
We number 6, we pick each other up.
Yeah.
Number 7.
We 7 is we measure ourselves by outcomes, not activity.
I like that.
So Daryl, you walking around the call center, not helping.
tell.
That's
Not-
activity.
It ain't helping. It ain't helping.
That's outcomes.
Yeah.
That's activity, not outcomes. So we got to measure ourselves.
I'm
I
in
think
Ox 12, guys. I'm here. I'm in Ox
being
12.
busy's good, but it's not why customers pay us.
Right.
We get paid
I
for
love number 7.
We get paid for the outcomes. My favorite of all of them is we number 8, and that's we challenge each other. Challenges are not just reserved for the boss to the team. The team needs to challenge the boss. Peers need to challenge peers inside the team. But challenges have to be grounded in data or experience. It can't be like, I don't like that hat, Daryl. That's my opinion. That doesn't count. It's got to be data or experience, right?
Right.
We embrace challenge as number 9. If we're gonna be in an environment that's rich in challenge, you better be ready to take them.
Yeah.
Sound like Colorado.
Be ready to come with it. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound like
I think I appreciate that. And then number 10 is we obsess over details. So once we get through the first 9, we get to that 10th one, everything we do, we're going to strive for excellence, not perfection. We want excellence. We want excellence. PowerPoints, everything we
One
do.
of the Air Force core values, excellence in all we do.
That's it.
Jeez.
That's it. That's true. That's true. Actually, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
But I just
That's
think
it.
for just looking at it, like
value.
there's so many principles,
It's core
like
value.
you
It's
say,
graded.
but the core
Graded.
value, like you say, what you're standing on is leading by example, and then, like I say, owning your mistakes.
Yeah.
That's big in the society that we're in today, because a lot of people will defer and put it off on somebody else. Oh, that wasn't my job to do it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
That seems like something that's like chores at the house. Like, hey, can you wash the dishes? Or I ain't fixing that. You know, I ain't
Yeah.
none of my dishes.
Yeah. That's why we got to set expectations. And so I think a lot of companies are really good at telling people how to do their job, but they're not necessarily really good at telling people how to behave with one another, how I'm going to treat you, how I expect you to treat me. And when you don't behave that way, we're going to have a problem. I don't want you on the team if you're going to behave that way. But these are low bars, right?
That's the guy that gets
I
laid
was-
around the
they're
building.
simple.
I wanted to tell that to my daughter, so she
Do that, please.
I know I want her off the team.
No, you were.
So this was just
I
this
didn't
was
want to go there.
just the other day. So we're in there. I was like going there and wash dishes, and the first thing she said was, "I didn't make anything. I didn't know these aren't my dishes." And her mother almost killed her, but that's another story. But that was
That's not team. That's not team.
And
right there.
speaking, I actually want to give her a shout out. My daughter, the one that I wanted off of the team. So I don't know if y'all remember when I told you she went to a certain charter school and she fell behind. So for the last 2 years, she's been behind grade level.
Dang.
And she tested this week. She's taking science, math, and reading. So she took her science today. So her math and reading are finally on grade level.
Let's go.
So I want to shout out her on the show. I don't know if she's watching. Hopefully she's
What's her
watching.
name?
Lyric.
Lyric?
Lyric.
Yeah. Oh,
Like Jason.
okay.
Like Jason.
Yeah. Respect, Lyric.
So yeah, so she's
Outstanding, by the way.
Good for you.
she's
for you,
on
man.
grade level, and
What a story that is. Behind 2 years and now current?
yeah, she was behind 2 years, and now she is currently on grade level.
That's hard work, dedication.
That's credit to
persistence.
you too, brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been
probably the mom.
yeah, a lot of her mom. So
She's on time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's definitely on time.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's a big deal. That's really cool, dude.
And this is her. She just FaceTimed me
to go from 2 years back to current.
I can see.
Lyric.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Right on,
Lyric.
Lyric.
Great
Stay
work.
down.
Great
Stay
work.
Good for you,
motivated.
man. Good for
And
you.
obviously, you did all that on time.
Yeah.
Like
Do as I say,
John-
not as I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say. Do as I say, not as I do. I get a lot of that too.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm
I get a
finna
lot
go.
of
All
that.
right, I'll see you later.
What you mean?
I just say what I
Let's get that rapid fire. You know I got to fly tomorrow morning.
Where you going tomorrow?
Washington State.
Ooh,
6
Gotta
hour.
go Huskies.
Mike
6 hour
Penix.
flight,
Mike
boy.
Penix Jr. from
Yep.
Plant, Waldo's cousin.
I didn't know he's from Plant City until. Is that your cousin?
They live in
They-
Plant
They
City.
live in Plant City now.
But he's from
They're
Dade. He's from the
Dade
city. He's from the city.
I didn't. And he went to Plant.
Let me
No,
tell
he
you.
went to Tech.
Tampa Bay
Tech.
Tech.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know he's from this area. I just heard that like a week ago.
But I'll tell you what's crazy. First interview we ever did, Blog Talk was him.
Was him.
Junior
No
high school.
kidding.
They playing. What school they play?
University of Thomas Jefferson High School.
was our game of the week.
Was he that guy in high school?
Yeah.
Ask Daryl.
We knew he was going to be good.
Ask
They
Daryl.
shouldn't have won that night. Of course,
Yeah, I,
No,
know,
they
I mean,
definitely
I
should've
saw.
won that
I mean, just his
knew he was that guy.
his accuracy, like I said,
Yeah.
just.
Oh yeah.
So coming into the game, let's discuss this.
Here we go.
Coming into the game, before the game played, I said my cousin's the best quarterback in Hillsborough County. They looked at
Haven't
me,
seen him play now.
looked at me like I was an idiot.
well,
And-
that-
and-
nothing to do with that, but,
the player, the top quarterback that they had in the area
Casey Weldon's son, Cade.
Kate went to
Okay.
University of Thomas
was
High School.
was
Right.
the first game of the year.
First
was
game was his.
that
Number 5
game.
against 7. Tech number
So-
5, Jefferson number 7. I never forget it.
So that
Yeah.
game he played, and tell him what the outcome was. Dogs.
They won. They won. I mean,
They
they
won.
dropped. But he
Let me-
played
let me
great.
tell you
He played
something.
great.
He didn't have Doss, Fireline, and Redmond, blessed the dead, running routes. Because, at all.
But just to see Mike's story, like I say, even
Yeah.
to see.
So where's Weldon now?
Go to Indiana. He got hurt in Indiana. got hurt.
Plastic.
Then went to Washington, transferred, and it's
Yeah.
so crazy. Waldo has been a Falcons fan since the draft. Now he'll tell you since 91.
I've been a
we got
fan since they drafted Brett Favre
We don't
has
fall
been
for
my
that.
team.
So just so we clear, he used to wear Buck stuff
Since
in
Favre,
here.
huh?
Just never mentioned it until
Just
now.
never mentioned it until he got drafted. So
Yeah.
I'm telling him like, hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna get Mike. No, they just paid Kirk Cousins. They gonna get Mike. I said, yes, we. I said, just watch and see. So I'm
Wow, that's nobody
I'm watching.
called that.
I'm running the clock at the game, the adult league games, and my buddy sitting up to my left. Falcons on the clock, so it's spinning. I'm waiting Wi-Fi, waiting for it to come in.
Yeah.
And he said, "Damn, D, y'all just got Mike." I couldn't even think straight for like 2 minutes. Like I wouldn't damn the game. I ain't worried about the game because I know what that's going to do for the city of Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm excited for him because his story needs to be told.
Good kid. He's a good
Great kid, great family. Great family.
Of course, he has.
Everybody's on time, but this one.
I mean, most of the families.
And he's not an arrogant kid. He's very grounded, humble.
That.
And how can you not pull for a kid like that?
Shame on you.
That's what I wanted to know when I told you that.
Good for you, man.
What's
You
that?
didn't call it though, because I have it in my text message.
That was a
You called it.
Yeah, I told him. I said,
He did.
Yeah, I told him. He thought, oh, but we going. I told him.
Did you hear that somewhere? Did you hear that somewhere? Or did you think of that your own?
I mean, I just knew we were going to get him.
Okay.
I knew we was going to get him. And now we're in Waldo. We're brothers now. We're Falcon fans.
That's right.
Do the thing, Waldo.
Caw.
No, it's cuckoo.
Whatever,
I don't
man.
think that's a
Whatever it is, bro.
Sound like Cole and Martin just then.
sound like a hit buzzer. so let's recognize our sponsor. We can get Kyle out of here with his flight to
I want to
Seattle.
get rapid fire first.
We're gonna do rapid fire first. We got to recognize y'all. Then we do rapid fire. They gonna be long. I know he got a flight. What time you flight tomorrow?
8.
You in Seattle or Pullman? Where you at? You going by King Street to catch the fish?
No. I think I'm staying near there. Though.
Mariners might be in town.
Renton. We're going to Renton, Washington.
Ooh, I've heard of that. Okay,
I don't know
suburb,
about it. I don't know.
right outside Tacoma.
It'll be cloudy and overcast.
Dude, it's 50-something degrees there right now.
It's gonna be overcast.
Wear your long sleeves, Kyle.
for sure.
Pull out your pullover.
For sure.
Yeah, and your little jacket.
I don't like cold weather.
I know you don't. I used to work with you. I used to be aggravated at work. It get kind of cool.
Now you're just making stuff up.
Yeah, he's like the short sleeve because Kyle, wears polo, just be real casual.
Back in those
like
days.
the hard ballers. Yeah,
Nah, he suit and tie right now.
No.
Yeah.
Never.
no,
No,
Really?
sir. No, sir.
just pull over, blazer. or,
I'm giving a speech on Wednesday. I'll have this on with a jacket.
okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You won't get, and I'll have you won't see me in work shoes ever.
Yeah, so
Not
you got
anymore.
the J's
It's
on.
always
okay.
not anymore.
Got the Iowa, old school Iowa. That's what they were back in the 80s.
Yep.
Roy Marble. I'm with you, BJ
No,
Armstrong.
man.
BJ Armstrong, yeah,
When I
Roy Marble,
left.
yeah.
When I
Yeah, boy.
yeah, good call.
Come on now. Whenever you're ready, Tori, let's go and recognize these sponsors. But I can get Kyle to rapid fire so he can get this flight, get on out of here. So at every show we dedicate to my man Will D.
Absolutely.
Left us back in August, coming on 2 years, man. Cigar Life, CIGRLYFE.com. Got some good apparel on there. Let's go ahead and hit Greg Dawes. Let me know what you got going on, Ruff.
Talk to him.
Hey,
Talk to the
talk
people.
And tell them you got receipts too, man. Don't be bashful. Tell them, man.
We
Tell
have
the people.
receipts. Greg Dawes, G, non-attorney pro se consultants. By the way, I tell everybody out there who may question what it is that we do and how we do it, you can go to my YouTube at Greg Dawes, GD, and don't forget, when you do purchase the book and you need your discount, make sure you just show me
Thank you
proof
for
of
that.
purchase, and we'll get it going. But definitely, I would just looking at what I saw in the book, and yeah, I have receipts and I'm proven. But I never said it before until this. Actually, I'm that motivated. But listen, looking at his principles, and I was tapping D, and I'm like, if you do this, you can be successful in the courtroom. Of course, I can't give you legal advice, but you can be successful if you, from what I'm just seeing superficially, you can get that.
And you got receipts too, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, you'll watch and see a couple of my receipts.
Hey,
Okay.
you don't mind, Terrell? Pull up Odell Beckham, little brother for Kings Care. They just did advise. Yeah, this Waldo company, right? See Odell Beckham, little brother.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is King's Care. So check us out, kingscare.com, for a king made by a queen. We have shampoo, conditioner, beard wash, beard oil, beard conditioner, and also a pomade. So
Can I get on Amazon?
yes, you can get it on Amazon. So you can get it online. You can get it online at kingscare.com.
And y'all had to open that
Care
tomorrow
with
too,
the K.
right?
Yes.
Right on.
So
Okay.
we are also in Brandon
somewhere
Mall
else,
at
too.
Everyday Shops.
Yeah.
Everyday
And
shop.
you can also get it on Amazon. So we still fighting and scraping trying to get
Prime.
on Prime, but
We'll be there.
now that
Is that a process?
yeah, it is a process, but it's things we have to do. But we just had our Bob's event yesterday, my wife, which was a success, and
We.
now yes.
Which it begins with. Okay,
Yeah,
then.
we're with we. So we had that, and it was a success. So now we can actually focus more back onto King's Care as far as getting the Amazon going.
Grinding?
Okay.
Yeah, so
Right on.
Shout out to my homegirl Keisha with fair enough with the heel shirt Waldo rocking tonight.
Shout out to Farron.
Also with a pair, you see me in Dallas rocking our Chop Shop shirts. Go online, Torres did the website, elevatedesigns.net. 813-400-7015. Got some good stuff coming out. Check out Carlos Martin, Auto Repair Center. He with Minnesota. He with the Timberwolves. He with the Timberwolves.
Man, I told y'all, man. I told y'all,
that's the sexy pick.
Hey, there's a grown man.
They playing good ball. 813-443-4730.
So y'all believe in the conspiracy, Michael Jordan's son conspiracy?
I ain't gonna go into that. They say
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
that's
the conspiracy going around.
Those are the allegations.
So he was frequently fornicating with young women around the time Anthony Edwards was born, and he was father.
He's 22, so I mean, Mike was still in the league, so that's 2002.
That's what they saying.
He's 2001, in the league. Yeah, he's tough.
I watched his highlight.
I said the same thing about Jimmy Butler too, though.
Yeah. He looks just like Michael Jordan, except in the face. So let's go to the next one.
Hold on. Let's pull up the groceries. Y'all gonna recognize those that keep the groceries going. Let's do Conan first, man. Best barbecue in the city, man. You got to check them out, Kyle.
Kyle, have you ever been there?
I've not.
Life changing. Go check them out. They got good groceries. 1510 North Hubert, 813-870-0404.
Eat when you get home, because you be like me slumped over in the car.
That put you to sleep. And then also, we're probably kicking it tonight. Wingstop, we got 9 locations serving the Bay Area. Go to these. These are the ones that's
playing already, right, against San Diego, right?
We lost first game 6-5.
I know that.
They've been whooping us all weekend. They done walked the dog on us.
Be Atlanta.
We got 9 locations throughout the Bay Area.
That's my money.
Not too far from Club Sitel, Kyle. 2115 East Hillsboro. 813-559-1527. Then you got the Northdale, baby. 10019.
It's close.
813-374-3566. I don't know if you're a part in Club Kathleen, but a little bit past Plant City.
Kathleen?
Club Kathleen.
My dad's from Kathleen. My dad's mother's from Kathleen.
Okay.
I used to go. I played
Club Kathleen?
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
No,
all right.
no.
Just asking.
Hey, don't
played against Ray Lewis.
Do not let him incriminate
Ray Lewis in Little League
you.
football?
Yeah.
What position you played?
I played quarterback.
He played everything, didn't he?
We were like 7. Yeah. So
did he hit you?
Yeah. I don't remember, to be honest.
I wonder if he did the squirrel coming out.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably not released yet. It wasn't
My favorite
released
place
yet.
to ever play football when I was a kid. Kathleen Red Devil Stadium. That field is butter.
Nice.
Yeah.
They got good football over there too. 863-450-2353. Old School Sound Exchange up there by Malibu, 14915 North Florida, 813-851-0088.
Forgot about
Sound
Exchange
the closest
still
one to
open?
you. Nah, they closed. I think they closed. They might be open. I don't know. I think they closed.
They had one on Hillsboro, didn't it?
Sound Exchange?
I think so.
They have one on Hillsboro.
No, they're gone,
West
aren't they?
Hillsboro.
West Hillsboro, that's it.
Yeah,
The one close to you, Kyle, is 107 South Dale Mabry, 813-551-2423, right there.
Yep.
Kenny Dale Mabry. Then we also out there by the Outlet Mall in Lutz, 23048, Florida Highway 54, 813-704-9464. If you out there in New Tampa Way, Cross Creek, 1219 Bruce B. Downs, 813-536-0222. Where it all started, man, 2776 North Fowler, 813-903-9464. And Chop Shop headquarters, we should be going there tonight. 9305 North 56, 813-373-5174.
Shout out to the gang in there, man.
And by the way, Kyle, Brian,
Yes, sir.
I'll give you Brian's number, and
Okay.
if you can, if you get these all here, I'll make sure we get one for Brian. Great dude, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
he's
And
good.
pull up,
Great dude.
now we finna do rapid fire, get you out of here, get you on this plane.
Let's do it.
All right. So this is gonna be brought to you by my good folks, man.
Hey, ask him some rapid fire questions about you at Sitel.
No, we're not doing that. Nick Wilson, Renee Norris Smith. I'm married, bro.
Shout out to Nick and Renee.
Boss Hog and Company LLC, your load our strength. 813-364-4390. Desk 813-419-1620. Let's get this rapid fire going now, my man Kyle. Okay. Favorite DMX song?
What was the one he did with Marilyn Manson? I'm gonna give you a real curveball.
Oh, The Omen.
That's the
Snakes,
one.
cats. Yeah, The Omen.
Rats and the Dogs.
Ooh, that's definitely different.
I can't go with only that though.
That's a good one, though. That's a good one.
It's dark.
You know that one? Y'all know?
I'm not a nice person. But I remember I used to be on that. I'm not a nice person.
Yeah, it's probably
he used
more
to bark a little bit too.
Yeah, that used to get me in the mood. I would bark. Yeah, then you know what song you turned me on to, man?
You won't fire
God,
nobody.
crazy.
God,
crazy.
lose my mind.
85 Billy D.
Oh, Young
I know you
Blood.
waiting for that.
Yeah, 85. Yeah, Ride on
Every
85.
time I hear that song, I think of you.
Okay,
Every
yeah, they
time
from
I
the
hear
crib.
that song.
Young
Young
Blood,
Blood.
stand up. Yes, sir.
It won't be long, shout it, be patient.
That song, I can't get it out of my
Yeah.
brain. When I hear it, I just cannot get rid of it. I know it's supposed to be rapid fire. I'm gonna go with. Dang, there's so many to choose from.
Give me two. Give me
I
two.
thought
Then.
you
Give me
wouldn't
two.
say who we be.
Yeah.
Give me two. That's cool.
Give me 10 seconds. I'm gonna have where the hood at.
Where the hood at? Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Leaving Plant City, what you think you'd be doing? Graduating in high school, what you thought your career path would be?
Television news.
Okay. Kyle
You
reporting the
still,
news.
you
Okay.
still fit that, by
I
the
went
way.
to school for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At UCF?
Right.
So
Broadcast a
glad I
little
did.
bit.
USF.
Kyle
I guess
South
I'm
Florida
so
Bull.
glad I didn't do it. Yeah. So
Okay.
glad.
Favorite all-time Tampa Bay Buccaneer?
Brad Johnson.
Gosh, man, that's a tough one.
Give me two then. Give me two.
I got so many because I'm a lifelong Bucks fan.
Okay.
John Lynch comes to mind. Eric Rhett comes to mind, ironically.
Okay.
I know it's a weird call.
Not really.
Not Red. Red was
He
solid.
failed to live up to
I
the
know- I know his
expectations,
cousin.
but
Brooks.
he was a Gator.
Of course.
Okay.
Sap. I mean, just so many. There's so. I really like Joe Jaravicius for a minute.
Joe had a good story too. Joe was good.
Yeah, good dude.
Overcame a lot. Yeah.
Overcame a lot. Paul Gruber was. It's hard to be a big offensive lineman fan, but he was
Yeah.
an anchor for a long time.
Now I'm gonna ask you out these two. What's your favorite place
Nah,
to
you
eat?
calling out all the Caucasian Buck players, man.
He called out Red.
You're on to me.
He called out
Red.
Red.
He
He
called
said
out
Red.
Red.
He said Red and Brooks and Sal.
Were you here for the racism conversation earlier when he wouldn't let me play football?
Yeah, I was.
I wasn't sure if you were here yet for that.
Yeah, I was,
So it's
yeah.
full circle now. It's full circle now.
Favorite.
I said Eric Rhett too. Yeah,
You said Red. You said Red.
Red first.
You said
Yeah.
Red first.
Yeah,
You said all
Red
three of them.
Brooks,
You said
yeah.
and Brooks. Yeah, you said all three of them.
Yeah, see there, Waldo.
So it was like 5-3. So I give you that 5-3.
5-3.
It wasn't that. The disparity
I
wasn't
feel
that
like I'm
bad.
forgetting something. Who's your favorite Bucks player of all time?
He don't like the
Easy.
Bucks.
I know, but gotta have one though, right?
Who I like.
Respect.
Kevin
Yeah.
House.
Ooh.
That's who hired me at T-Mobile. Shout out to Kevin House. No, I'm gonna say Lee Russell.
I was gonna say something. I used to work with his daughter
Brandy.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
many years ago.
Look at Kyle.
Wow.
All over the city.
She probably doesn't remember me, but
Favorite actor.
Pacino.
I'm a big Pacino fan. Yeah, I like a guy y'all probably know,
Moyes.
Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
Oh,
Ed
that's
Norton fan.
Crying. Was the Crying Game he was in?
He was in a lot of stuff.
He's been a lot of
He's been a lot of
stuff.
stuff.
American History X.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good job, Marty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, there's this thing called
Fight Club.
Okay.
Giovanni Ribisi too. If you don't know Giovanni Ribisi,
Primal Fear.
So okay. So what's your favorite Al Pacino movie?
Boiler Room.
Well,
yes,
Favorite BC movie.
he's fantastic, dude. He's in so many good movies. He's so underrated. Contraband too, crushed in that.
yeah, I remember that.
What was that question?
What's your favorite Al Pacino movie?
Has to be, believe it or not. Casino.
He wasn't in Casino.
I'm thinking
De
De
Niro.
Niro. When you said Pacino, I thought De Niro. So I'm gonna take all that back. I'm a big De Niro fan.
Okay, De
when
Niro.
he said
Okay,
Pacino.
so
Yeah.
that's your
Casino.
favorite Casino.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was good. Pacino was good in Heat.
Yeah, but that wasn't that like Casino. I could watch Goodfellas I can watch Casino every day.
I've probably seen Casino 100 times.
When he brought Joe Pesci, like the show just took off.
He like my favorite movie
recite
though.
it. He's
Then he hit,
gangster.
but then he hit Sharon Stone. He broke the code. Joe Pesci.
There's so many life lessons in that movie.
Yeah.
That guy was riding high
Yeah.
until she brought him down.
Yeah, and she did literally.
Yeah.
Favorite TV show to watch growing up.
Growing up,
Yeah, let's say high school. 88, 89. Coming out of Tomlin, wherever you was
boy,
at.
Turkey Creek.
Turkey Creek,
You take
yeah.
me that far back, I'm gonna sound so white now.
Go ahead. It's cool.
Growing pains.
That was all right.
Hey,
that was
yeah.
real good. Kirk Cameron. Kirk
Well, I
Cameron
was
was that
taking
guy
it
growing
away
up.
from him. I want to
Yeah,
give
but
to
Kirk
myself
Cameron,
first.
he stayed in trouble. He was funny.
Yeah.
I love that. I love Family Ties back in the day.
Alex Keaton. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Alex P. Keaton. Don't forget
Alex
that.
P.
Did you have your shirt's monogram too?
What's that?
Yeah.
You just had your shirt's monogram too?
no,
Yes,
you
you
weren't
did.
doing that.
Yeah,
Never.
come on, man.
Okay.
Hey,
Favorite
and
food?
who
I'm
was
a big-
Alex P. Keaton's favorite president?
Nixon wasn't.
Yeah, I saw him in Biloxi one time.
Big Friends
Richard
fan,
Nixon.
too. Used to watch
Okay.
a lot of Friends.
Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite American city to visit?
I really love San Diego.
Okay.
I love Austin.
Anchorman, Ron Burgundy.
I love
Yeah.
Tampa. I love Tampa.
Tampa's nice.
I love Tampa.
Been out here 89. I love
I've been
Tampa
to San
too.
Diego. San Diego's a little different for me. I ain't really get
It's too expensive for
the
me.
turn up vibes. Yeah.
But Austin is happening though.
I had some good times in Austin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question.
Warm weather places.
Yeah, definitely. If you could pay to see one athlete living or dead, who would you go see?
What a question. Holy cow. Any athlete, living or dead,
that you would pay to go see?
I know I'm blowing rapid fire. I'm not. Nothing's coming. Too many are coming to
We're
mind.
gonna give you
I saw
a pass.
Jordan play.
We're gonna give you a pass.
I saw Shaq play.
Okay.
I feel like watching an old, like 20s, 30s baseball player. It's just a different game. I don't think that'd be as awesome as things. I don't know. I love to see.
Did you ever see Tom Brady play?
Yep, I went to the Super Bowl.
Okay, when it was okay.
Yeah, that was like a religious moment for me. That was really cool. My best friend since we were 10 years old. He bought the tickets.
You took pictures, or did you?
Oh yeah.
Made an experience of it.
Oh yeah.
He was running through the end zone like AB.
Oh man.
Nah, that's cool. Like I said, you
Joe
said
Montana.
Joe Montana.
Joe Money. That's for me, hands down, the greatest of all time until Tom.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who about you? That's
Yeah.
I would say Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh, see there. I didn't even go back that far to basketball.
Because I just want to see how freakish of an athlete he was in that time.
For me, I mean, I saw Mike play, and what I hate is I had a chance to go see Len Bias when he was at Maryland playing Georgia Tech, and for some reason I didn't go. I don't know what it was, but we were sophomores in high school,
Wild.
86. Wow. They played Georgia Tech and in fact, back then, when Tech would have big games, they moved to the Omni.
Right.
So they wouldn't play out of them. So North Carolina, at that time, every year was at the Omni because you know they gonna pack them in. So that particular year, that was Len Bias's last year, and I forgot what transpired, but I did not go. And I think he hit us for like 28. You know, but we beat him. It was a loud 20. I mean, I saw the game on TV, but it was like, you know, that was good stuff.
I think it'd be cool to see some of those, like Dick Butkus, some of those.
But see, the game was a lot violent. Like I said,
those dudes that were just
Neanderthals. That was a violent. It was a violent, like Jack Tatum. Like that was Jack Lambert.
Just a different game in those days. Yeah,
I watched some stuff like that where they show like Pittsburgh.
Still
a highlight.
What about you, any player?
Gibson, without a doubt.
Bob Gibson?
Without a doubt.
What about you, Waldo?
I believe that. I
said Wilt Chamberlain.
That's a great call too. I feel like I did
want to
do
see
a good job on
I
that.
want to see Wilt scored 100 points in the game. I want to be at that game. I want to see what that looked like in person. Him going against Plumbers or whoever y'all say he was playing against. But I want to see someone score 100 points in a professional game.
Yeah.
I want to see somebody who
that's
throws
crazy.
so hard they had to change the mound because of them. That's what I want to do.
Anybody got big plans for Memorial Day? My bad. You chilling?
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, coming up. Yeah.
You can tell guys.
When is it?
You tell guys to
It's a
work
party.
hard.
He's in tune, ain't he?
Yeah. Nothing planned, man. Nothing planned.
Okay, I got what? Did you watch wrestling growing up?
Absolutely.
Who's your favorite wrestler growing up?
Dusty Rhodes.
In public, if you will. Let's not talking about it.
Photos,
Clues, documents,
evidence, if you will.
Wasn't there like him.
Yes.
Wasn't there like him. So everybody chilling. And let us know about the Vibes event. Give us a little bit about that real quick before we get out of here, man.
So the Vibes was a success, man. We had a time. We was in I was a little intoxicated after the party was over.
No, not you.
It was a good event, man. We had vendors there, like I said. New Plug. If y'all said y'all like the shades, man, check them out.
Yeah, I'm online. I'm
Tell me
online.
again, what's it called?
New Plug. NU.
PLUG.
Yeah.
I'm on that.
Dope, man. Yeah.
And I got them, man. They had them very reasonable, $25 for.
Torres, you getting some too?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Torres,
So-
yeah.
They didn't pay me anything for these nice kind words here, which they probably should. Check me out, man. If y'all want me to be a spokesperson for New Plug, just DM me.
I'm digging them fly.
So a lot of people been asking me. I had them on last night, so I took off my shades and put these on last night.
oh yeah, you killing them.
And
I want to see if I can get mine by Sunday.
I was like, from the
I'm
table.
gonna see if I can get some by this weekend. I like them. Them fly. So I want to thank Kyle McDowell for coming on here, kicking it with us, man. I mean, this is all right here, man. Safe travels on your
first
journey
white guy on the show, man. Shout out to Kyle.
Yeah. Better not be another one either.
That's it.
Well, I was about to say, hey, he's broken barriers.
Yeah.
He just shut that bitch. He broke the barrier and stepped a wall.
He's the Jackie Robinson of the podcast, man. Hey, he's the Jackie Robinson of the podcast, man. He the first one, so.
You say what, the white guy?
Yeah, well, like, man. He white.
I was trying to. No, I didn't say he was white. I asked, was it the white guy? I didn't know.
That's hilarious.
Like, he sent me the. I'm like, is this the right profile? Like, I don't know.
I love that you told that story too. That makes it even
He was
better.
tripping. Yeah, so we ain't gonna keep Kyle
By
out
the
of
way,
it.
I do think you could have played out there with us, Kyle.
Nah, I was a little too
I
urban out there. I
appreciate you sharing that.
I wasn't putting my partner out there with the wolves
Jared
out
wouldn't
there,
let
man.
me.
No,
No, he was adamantly.
You came back concussed, you know. No, you can't even come to work.
You wouldn't be able to get over at Sitel because
Yeah, you ain't got no benefits out there playing with them hooligans, man. You did the right
appreciate that.
thing. Yeah, I had to make sure
Thank
you was
you,
straight, man. Who knows? Had you been out there with them, you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing now.
Yeah, you probably had Parkinson's.
I'd be in here in bad shape, wouldn't I?
We got to try to get some money for Kyle. Kyle medical bill. We got to raise some money for Kyle medical bills, man.
They had
Kyle
go
messed
for
up.
me back then. I don't know. Yeah,
That's
the
why he
fish
had
fry.
that big. We got to do fish fries. I sell donuts.
I just appreciate Doss thinks I could hang with that group. That'd be good.
That's cool. So
no, you were my first choice.
but when you finna keep Torrey, I got to hit that clock. He started to shift the bar, so I want to keep it all. They got to get home to Lindsay and the little one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, also man, before we get all shout out to all the graduates. No, can't be late now. I don't want no trouble. So yeah, all the graduates, high school, college, night school, whatever it is you've done, man, achievement.
Absolutely.
Salute to you. So y'all
Right
enjoy the long weekend for some. Some may not, get it, but be traveling. Be safe if you're traveling.
I'm out there tomorrow for the first of mine. Yeah.
What?
I'm out there tomorrow at this 800+ event tomorrow at Fairgrounds. I got one graduating
What
a
you
year
got
early.
going on, man? Oh,
She graduated a
graduation.
year early.
Oh yeah, shout out. Yeah, she getting out of school, man. Shout out to your daughter, man. That's
she
good
went-
stuff.
And I have one that's in rotation before her residency she went to the VA. She's rotating at the VA.
And they're only giving out 10 tickets, so don't go out there and be embarrassed.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I do for any show, man. Anybody want to be an artist, want to be a star? Don't want to see the executive
Don't wanna
producer,
play in
all the
flag football
videos, on the record, dancing. Come to Death
On
Row.
the video beating
So
their girlfriend.
So for Kyle, Torres, Dade City, Ruff, keep God first,
What?
man. Love your family when you see us. Holler. Good night. Y'all have a good week. We'll see y'all next Wednesday night, 7:30. Got the Oxtail man coming in kicking it with Nick Wilson. Gonna be good. Y'all get ready. Good night.
Indeed.